Amos was good. Let's get the likes up, y'all. It's going to be an epic episode. It's man. I don't want to be the person that missed this. I don't want to be the person that missed this. It's going to be epic, y'all. It's going to be epic. Amos, EPK, Let's Debate Basketball, Eric, what's good? Let's get the likes up for this one, man. Got to get the likes up, man. I'll walk them down. I'll walk them down. Let's get the likes up, man. This is going to be epic. Ill Will. LA Baller. Let's get it in. I ain't going to want to miss this, man. Dennis, what up? I ain't going to want to miss this. This is some real ish right here, boy. Nike Mark, Lamont, what up? Who Lakers play tonight? Who Lakers play tonight? I'm kind of lost in the sauce. I've been moving around, shaking and baking, undertaking, money making, never faking, American, not Jamaican. Houston Rockets, out of pocket from the Rockets. Man, stop it. Let's drop it. Tony Laker fan was good. Lonnie was good. Oh, yeah, we definitely going to get back on Houston tonight. It's definitely going to get some get back. We will get some get back. Let's get the likes up. It's very important. The quicker we get the likes, the quicker we start, and the quicker we get into this Laker talk. I got bars. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. My bars was crazy at one time. I had some bars for real. I'm a better writer than I can still write some shit though. Yep, Jay. Yep, correct. Yep, that was me, bro. I was in the video. Yeah, I had the gold teeth then. Yeah, that was me. Elder, we got Elder is in the building. We gotta get the likes up. This is epic here, man.
Let's get it.
Oh,
Can you hear me good? Can you hear me good, Kareem?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you good. You crystal clear.
Got it. Cool.
Are you saying it yesterday? Yeah, I'm in it. You crystal clear.
Cool.
Yeah, but before we get in, real quickly, because we're going to jump later, but I want to say something about the Lakers right now.
All right.
What you, the Lakers in
the Lakers in what?
In Houston. This is going to be a good game.
This should, because AD didn't play in the last game, right? He got hurt in the Miami and then didn't play in the last game. He played?
Game, yeah.
Which game did he get hurt in? He what now?
You mean the last game in Houston?
Yes, against
Houston. My bad. I'm thinking you talk about the last game we just played.
No. Yeah, I saw that. What, 16 and 14, something like that. But yeah, he didn't play against Houston. I think he got hurt in Miami and said he was going to play, but he wasn't able to play. So that should make it a little bit better. I mean, hopefully. I believe what Stephen A said about AD. He got a conditioning problem, but I also believe AD is hurt too. And AD cares more about turning that narrative that he misses games and all that stuff. He'd rather go out and play bad but be on the floor than not play and have you call him street clothes and all of that. It's very clear. I watched I didn't watch. Man, it was on Friday night, so I didn't watch the game. I might have watched 10 minutes of it. It's clear to me AD got some issues physically. He got something going on. And AD's not that type of player where he can play through injuries like that and still be great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not Kobe Jordan on that level. He's not on that level. So, yeah, hopefully he's better now. Hopefully he's doing a little bit better. And he'll get out there and bang with Sagoon and all them other dudes. Houston, though, man, Houston. See, what Houston did was kind of sure up their defensive side of the ball when it comes to their guards. They got two dogs out there now for the guards position with Dylan Brooks and Van Vliet. So I'm sure they're giving guys fits. I haven't really watched Houston play. I didn't watch the first game either.
They had the Clippers.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, this is how you know when the team is good, when they turn the corner, especially when they're a young team. Because they were struggling. They were struggling with the Clippers. They came back. Even though the Clippers end up winning, but it just showed the type of team they're going to be.
Yeah. I like what they did. And
that's me.
It's obvious that old boy knows what he's doing because he got them playing hard defense because teams are struggling from the three. Teams' field goal percentage is struggling. So, he may getting it done. They got a good, semi-balanced roster. They got big guys, athletic guys, long guys. I think they could use probably a little more shooting, maybe, But
it's funny, I just about to ask you that. Now,
they play hard. This ain't going to be no easy game for the Lakers, bro, because the Lakers going to do well against teams like this.
I like when you put your GM hat on. We're going to Elder is the GM for the Houston Rockets. You're looking at your team right now, and you say, okay, damn, we a little ahead of schedule. Y'all, the plan was to stink for, at least another year. So now you're looking at you could compete with these teams. You're looking at your roster. I don't know if you got time to put up the roster. What type of trade you'd be willing to make? Because there's going to be trades out there. One thing, a lot of teams going to be in goal mode. A lot of teams going to be ready to make some trades because they feel this. Just think about it. Think about it from every team in the West from, let's say, the ninth on up. And same with the East, they really think they can win. I don't think it's really no team. I'll put it this way, a GM. I think every GM feel if they anywhere ninth on both coasts, feel if they make a move or two, they could be in the thick of things.
Mm-hmm.
I've been studying it. I think every team, honestly, if you talk to their GMs, they think that, hold on, if we could make a move or two, we could get, if things could fall our way, we could be back into these things. Because you look at the rosters as balanced.
Yeah. First thing I'll do is correct you. As the GM of the Houston Rockets, we had no expectations of losing this year. That's why we spent the money on the coach, spent the money, the high dollar on those free agents that we brought in. We fully expect to win now. Now, win a championship, we're not on that level. We're not have these unrealistic expectations, but we fully expect this team to make the playoffs. That's their expectation. With what they spent and what they did, bringing in Ime and then paying all that money that they paid, the progression of their young players like Sagoon and Green and all that, moving away from Porter, all that, they expect to make the playoffs, bro. That's a realistic expectation of Houston. So coming from that, a little gnats, man, a little fruit flies. Coming from that perspective, to balance out my roster, I think I still need more veterans, and I need true wings. Because when I look at Houston's team, I don't really see really true wings on there. I mean, they're probably starting.
Dylan Brooks. You need more than Dylan Brooks.
Well, Dylan Brooks he's what, 6'5", 6'6". I know they may list him a little bigger, but he ain't really.
He's not no 6'7". Clearly,
he's not that, and neither is Jalen Green. I mean, even if he is, he's skinny and small. He's a two guard.
Green like 6'5" and Dylan Brooks like 6'5".
I really want true wings. I want guys
6'8",
like 6'8", 6'7" long arms, or 6'8", 6'9" guys, 6'10" possibly if I can get them. So like something realistic. I'm seeing something realistic. Chicago's having a fire sale, but they don't really have a veteran wing that I would want to bring in from there. I would really look to a place like Toronto to see if I can get Anunoby, or if I can get Siakam, or go up to Portland and see if I can get Grant up there.
Ooh.
Those are the first things that come to my mind. If I can get rid of some of these young talent I got, because again, here's the thing. I have a lot of young talent, but I know
a lot of picks, though. Houston got a lot of picks.
They got a lot of picks and a lot of young talent. So they should be able to put a package together,
They can
get them in a veteran that's already locked in on a contract for 3 years. You see what I'm saying? 3 to 4 years. Now they don't have to worry about having money to sign all these dudes. You're going to lose these dudes in a couple years because you can't have 5 good young talents and keep them all, y'all. You just can't. So my thing is, don't get to the point where, now I got to sign them and now I got to kind of let them walk because I just don't have no money or I can't afford to pay them. You see what I'm saying? Get something now while they're young and they're talented, but get something back that like me, that Cam dude, they like him. He's kind of a tweener though. You know what I mean? If I could package him and another player and some picks to get any of them 3 dudes I just named, I'm doing that. I like him, but he don't project to be a better player than any of those guys I just named.
But you know what's crazy? I think it really would be easy, a move like that. Portland wants to get off Grant contract. So I definitely think, like you said, if you could start with Cam, you don't have to throw a big bag. I think a bag gonna cost a little more for the Siakams and Ginobili. And Anunoby. See, Anunoby about to be a free agent. But like a guy like Grant, I think is ideal because
Grant just got that money.
It ain't gonna cost much for Grant. Grant
just got that money. Remember, they just re-signed him.
I said it's not going to cost that much for his assets.
I got you. And will Grant want to come?
And that's him. What's his name? What's the Boston Celtics fan name? Bill Simmons was talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
He said he got some peoples out there, and he said that really pissed them off because they would have never did that. They did that to keep Dame. So he definitely think.
Here you go. You got guys already ready to bring up.
I think that's what's the name is out of there.
The only minor issue is they're both in the Western Conference. A lot of times it's hard trading when you got 2 teams. Now Portland may be willing to do it.
So I don't think Portland would care.
Hopefully. You know what? Hopefully. But when you look, what did Portland do? They made trades with the Eastern Conference, bro. They still made trades with the Eastern Conference. They didn't ship Drew Holiday anywhere in the West. They sent him way out east. So they do still care. I know we can think a certain way. Let's go by what the true action is. The last thing teams want to do is give you a player that's going to haunt them every year for 4 games and then the playoffs. So if they have a good deal to trade him to the East, that's just as good as Houston's or close. You'll trade him to the East is what I'm saying. Yeah. So you have to take that in consideration and say, okay, well, what's plan B? What's C, D? That's why Toronto looks good because Toronto's in the East. Toronto's in the East. They're faltering. They're middle of the line, just like the Bulls kind of. They ain't doing what they need to do. They got unhappy players, disconnected. Do I want Siakam because he's on a max deal? Yes, but again, Siakam come in, he may think it's his team, bro. You got to understand the mindset of the guys. So Anunoby may be the best fit for you because of the type of contract he's going to demand. He ain't finna get max. You see what I'm saying? He ain't finna get max. You may be able to get Anunoby for 3-year $80. You know what I'm saying? Give him a little bit more than what you gave old boy. So it just depends. But those are 3 types of guys that I think they need solidly in their lineup and get away from the tweeners. Lose some of these tweeners.
So let's say Grant is in the fold.
All right.
How do you like them then?
How what?
Would you like them? How much you like them then? Second round? Possible second round. Grant. You drop Grant off on that team?
Yeah, because now Grant's got to play 3 on that team. Because you're not moving the young stud. What's his name? That came last year.
Nah, he good.
His dad played Smith. Is that his name? Yeah. So now Grant's playing 3, which Grant really has been playing 4 a lot the last couple years. He's really been playing 4. He can play some 3.
But he started the NBA career as a 3.
No doubt. So you can put Grant there. My biggest thing is I have to get the mindset of these guys too. I know Grant has been one of those guys that's wanted to be featured. He's wanted to be the number 1 guy, number 2 guy. I don't know if Grant's going to be happy. If Grant's not happy, I don't want him there with that kind of contract. Like if there's any waffling, like if he's not saying to me flat out, bro, look, I see what y'all doing down there. I want to be a part. If he ain't saying that, I ain't going after Grant because I don't need nothing coming in screwing up the chemistry. It looks like they got decent chemistry right now. Ime got it in control. You see what I'm saying? We don't need nothing like that. So that's going to determine a lot too who I bring in. But if you got Grant in there, you just slide him in at the 3. And then I'm bringing one of them dudes off the bench. I'm bringing like Dylan Brooks or somebody like that off the bench. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing that. Because, I can't. My young guys, I can't stifle their growth. I can't stifle their growth. So, I will go Van Vliet, Jalen, Dylan off the bench. I'd have Grant there because Grant, to me, he's just as good, if not better defender than Dylan because he's long. You know what I'm saying? So, he can do some of the same stuff. Now, I know Dylan a little more versatile because Dylan can go guard the point guards. You can literally put him on a point guard. I mean, you may want to make Jalen a 6-man. I don't know. If you get that, you're going to have to look at what's best for your team. And again, I'd be lying to say that I've studied Houston like that. So I don't want to just start just guessing and all that. I mean, I know I wouldn't want to stunt the growth of Jalen Green if I'm sold on him. I don't want to. The center's their best player. That Sengun dude, whatever, he their best player. Yeah, he their best player. So, and then I hear they really like the is it Smith? Is that his name? What's the dude, the power forward they got?
Smith.
Yeah. That dude they like a lot too. So, like, if I'm not 100% sold
on the twin Thompson is good. He played defense. He's super athletic.
He's a true wing.
He's coming off that bench. Yeah, he's long. He's athletic as hell.
I forgot about him. They got a Sewer, right? They didn't get Amin, did they? They got a Sewer Thompson.
They got the better one. They got the better one.
They both are good. From what I hear, they both are playing really good.
That's the one. They went back to back 4 and 5. But that's the one who got a better handle.
Great. Well, good. See, I can use him 1 through 3 then. If he's a handle playmaker, I heard he played point guard. So good. He's my utility guy. I play 1 through 3. That's perfect. I slide him in that slot. He can still come off the bench because he's young. And the thing is I got to decide which young guys I'm committed to, which young guys I'm looking to move. And I don't know. I have to, I got to get with my boy, Greenleaf. He the one that be on top of the Houston Rockets. He would know, Houston really likes this dude. They ain't feeling this dude. Because somebody going to have to go. They can't keep Thompson, Smith, Sengun, Green. They can't keep all them dudes, bro. And you already got a $40 million guy in what's his name? The point guard now. And old boy making 20. You can't keep all these dudes. So I got to start looking now. If I'm bringing in a piece, it's a piece that I think we're missing that can help us on offense and defense that's going to fit Udoka's system, but then get rid of one of these young guys because I got to entice a team. I got to entice a team to give me one of these dudes and make this trade sort of even to where I'm not getting raked in the trade as well. So whichever guy I'm just not big on, I'm behind the scenes trying to move him. So if it's Jalen Green, I'm good because I got the Thompson guy that can play 2. I got Dylan Brooks that can play 2. You see what I'm saying? I got multiple dudes that I can stick it to. Shoot, I can put the Sewer dude or I mean whichever one they got, Thompson brother at the point and slide Van Vliet to the 2 because he can play 2, offensively at least. So I'd have to look at that roster a little bit more. You're gonna have to give up to me. They're gonna have to move some of that young talent to bring in a veteran that fits well with what Ime Udoka's trying to do. Whichever one of them guys will come in and just fit that system the best. I named 3 guys. It could be a different guy from a different team. You know what I mean? But those are 3 guys just came off top of my head that I think would fit that system good. And they're all veterans that can come in and teach these young guys how to be professionals and how to be pros. That's what they need, in my opinion. And then, honestly, to me, with Ime's track history and what he's showing us now in this team being committed to play defense, they got size, length, athleticism. They get a little bit more shooting. Man, hey, depending on the matchups, Kareem. I mean, I could say second round, but if they get a favorable matchup, these boogers in the Western Conference Finals. It's just, we've seen young teams. We've seen young teams do it before. So I wouldn't put it past them. I'm not predicting they're going to make the Western Conference Finals right now, but that's what I see now that I think they need. They need more veteran wings. They need veteran wings, and they need some people that can teach these young men how to be professionals. Dylan Brooks is cool. I think Van Vliet is cool. I still think you just need a little bit more veterans, personally.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah. You definitely need more veteran because Dylan Brooks, he a veteran, but you know how his mind is.
Yeah, yeah. So, but hey, this ain't gonna be no easy game for the Lakers, even with AD. This is.
Come on, man. We only got 40 likes, man. Like, come on.
How many people in here?
Almost 90.
I don't know what's going on. Oh boy, let me get over here.
Get the likes up, man.
Never seen this type of stuff. This is like, strange behavior.
And we opened up from the gate killing. Come on, you think Houston Rockets people ain't happy with Elder saying right now?
Well, man, Houston got a lot. Hey, Houston has a lot to be happy about. Yeah, I don't like that ratio, Angie. 87, we only got 48 likes. That's like barely half and a little over half. That ain't how we do it over here. That 87, we should have really close to 60 likes, 65 likes, y'all. What y'all sleeping on? Just hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. But no, Houston is formidable. They going for it now. They was like, we ain't waiting. When I saw them go after Ime, then I saw them spend the money they spent, Kareem. I said, oh, they going for it right now. They're going for it right now. Y'all go ahead and hit Kareem up in that Cash App, man. Gonna show you support. Kareem Lou Allen in that Cash App. Y'all know we finna bring it tonight. Y'all got me out here on a Sunday, man, afternoon. I could be chilling with my family. You know I'm finna bring it and get up out of here.
I gotta do better, man. Gotta do better than
appreciate you, KHTV, hitting that like button, man. Appreciate you. I know sometimes we come in and we get right into it, we forget. We gotta go back and hit that like button, man. That like button is extremely important. And I don't like Kareem being a liar, man. When he talking about Mr. 100 likes and he can't even get 50 likes, he's a liar, man. We don't want Kareem to be up here lying to everybody.
Like 20 minutes in, 100 likes should be in.
That should have been locked in already. I'm shocked we only got 90-something people in here. It's a lot going on today, though, Kareem. With a lot of people are streaming live right now on the shooting with old boy.
Oh yeah, Hassan.
A lot of folk. I've seen like 3 or 4 things come up about that. Like people that's
everybody's streaming on that.
They are, and a lot of people are live doing it right now. So, and then you got all the sports. You got NFL. You got the NBA. Yeah. You got all kind of stuff going on today. So
that's why the competition, we're gonna bring it, y'all.
Oh, no doubt.
Who may pull up tonight.
No doubt.
I'll never know who may pull up tonight and challenge Elder.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna see.
Y'all don't know who may pull up and challenge Elder, man. So this is something you want to see live.
We're gonna see.
You want to have your questions ready.
To me, man, I just think. Well, I'll get into it when we get going. I give my thoughts on what I think is taking place today in the sports world, especially when it comes to this social media network and broadcasting and how this is being disseminated. And I got a lot of thoughts on that stuff, man. So, and I know why a lot of people do what they do. And it is what it is. I'm not hating. I'm not putting them down. It's different. And you just got to accept that. You know what I mean? It ain't what it was.
What you talking about? Like, far as what?
I'm looking at like why people say some of the things they say, why people go after certain type of markets and kind of advertise their shows and their podcasts, the way that they do it. It's for clicks, bro. Everything is business oriented now. It has really truly shifted from these sports we look at as competition sports. When we were coming up, 80s, 90s, 2000s, it was competition sports first and foremost that bled over into great entertainment that made you money. It ain't that way no more. It ain't that way no more.
And this is what I don't get, like, considering what you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
A guy like Gilbert Arenas, you're an NBA, you don't have to do what the average YouTubers do. I don't get it. Like, I don't know if you trolling. See, the thing is, we're gonna talk about Gilbert Arenas, right? Mm-hmm. So, the conversation.
Most you always hate. He said he about to hate. He always hating. So we used to that, bro. most time I'm about to hate. You stay hating. What you talking about? Yeah, I'm sorry, Kareem. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but my thing with Gilbert, right? Now Gilbert was on. He pulled up to FYF show and they had Dreamer Sports, right?
Okay.
So my thing is this: Gilbert always had this narrative about 80s players. He did a video today. Say he's he said they janitors.
Yeah, they were drafting janitors.
They were drafting janitors, the 80s players, everybody before the 90s. And a lot of people really starting to believe Gilbert Arenas. They really starting to believe him because then he talk about the draft, talk about, oh, back then they only had this many teams in the 80s, and the draft was 200 something players. It's easy to make it. This don't make sense what he just said.
Yeah, it's
This
easier
don't
to
make
make the
sense.
league
How it's
with
easy to
less
make it less
position.
teams? With less teams. Like, see, this is where you're gonna really see Gilbert. This is where Gilbert don't want to come up because you're dealing with two guys up here that knows basketball. You ain't getting around this. You know what I'm saying? And I like Gilbert, but Gilbert, he put out a lot of smoke for no reason. He said it's easy to make. How impossible if it was 23 teams back in the 80s and it's 30 teams now?
And
How?
you
That
only
alone.
you only had 12 roster
And,
spots then instead of 15 now, or really what, 17? You had 17 roster
and you
spots.
only had 12 back then. You
Yeah,
had
you only had
12
12
back
back
then,
then.
and you got 17 now. You
Yeah.
got 23 teams then and 30 teams now. The draft doesn't matter how many rounds it went. That right there and make. But you know what? He sit there and think that he's saying something smart though. He sit there and be like, see, this is where it get crazy at. And he got no respect for the players in the 80s. And it'd be a lot of things he say that's not true. A lot of
Totally untrue. Totally
you know,
untrue. And a lot of what he does, like I said earlier, Kareem, it's just for clicks. He's not fooling me. It's really just for clicks. And what you have to do when you are marketing, when you are looking to collab with people, when you are looking to grab the consumer base, this consumer base when it comes to sports, I ain't gonna just say basketball. When it comes to sports nowadays, they're not a knowledgeable base. All they care about is being entertained because the majority of them, they're tied to the sports for two reasons. It ain't because of the love of the game or the competition like it was for us. It's because of gambling or Y2K or not whatever you call it, little gaming stuff. Because this stuff is what's huge now. They're into gaming. They're into gambling. You got gambling. You remember we didn't have any gambling sites, none, zero, y'all, when we were coming up. So people that was gambling, they had to go to Vegas and New Jersey. You see what I'm saying? They had to go there and do it. There was no sites and you could get on your thing and do it. That's the motivating factor for a lot of folk. They're trying to win money, which I'm not knocking that. Y'all got to understand what I'm saying. I'm not knocking it. It just makes it different. Wrestling, if you can go back, wrestling used to be real, y'all. WWF, all that stuff used to be real. Then they realized, man, this stuff needs to be scripted. This stuff, because the people don't care. They have shifted to a point where they just want to be entertained. So now you start hiring big bodybuilding actors instead of actual true athletes. Now you still get athletes. Don't get me wrong. They're still good athletes, but they had to be athletes, actors. They had to be hype men that promoted everything. And think about it. Wrestling didn't fall off. It actually blew up. It went to a whole nother level, even though everybody knew that it was fake. It was scripted. So I'm not tripping. Think about what people say today. How many times do we have to hear people accuse the referees of staging the games? They really believe that the sports are scripted, especially in the NBA. They really believe that it's scripted today. And if you're going strictly entertainment, that's fine. Just tell the people that, though. Just tell the people it's more about entertainment, because you can't convince me that the thing is just as competitive today as it was back then and is driven by competitiveness, because I'll ask you, if that's the case, why do we have all these rivalries back then? I can go back in the 80s and name you. I can name you multiple rivalries. Today, I don't even know if I can name you one rivalry in the NBA today.
Well, we're gonna get surgical now. We got the veterans here. We got my boy Most. We got a lot of guys that have been around now who can fact check a lot of stuff what Elder about to say. Now, listen to what Elder about to say.
Hold on. I want to check a dude in the thing real quick. You LeBron legacy podcaster, you have bitten the fruit. He says, now Gilbert gives a different perspective from a player's view, which is rare nowadays, which is why he is so talked about. He's only talked about because he's saying things that are lies, that ain't make no sense to a real basketball player to get clicks. So no, that's not what's going on. His perspective is not rare. His perspective is in line with what the people are paying for today. And most of the people paying today, they're paying because of gambling, and they're paying because of the gaming type of stuff. They're not paying because of the competition. They don't even follow teams like we used to. They don't even have teams. They're like certain players. And guess what? When you get on your little apps to bet, guess what you get to do? Bet on your player. You get to bet if Kevin Durant makes 35 points tonight or not. Yeah. You get to bet on your players. Back then, it was team-oriented, city-oriented, area-oriented, and people cared about the competition.
Oh, before that's you what get drove. That, Elder,
okay, go ahead.
Before you get to that, because I know you're about to go in, I'm just going to be quiet, let you loose. Drink your soda, right?
No, that's just a little seltzer water.
Oh, so I want to say this. A girl called Ruby Rose, dating Jordan Poole. She had a FanDuel ticket. She said her ticket was, and she went to the Wizards game that he scored 17 points. You should see the bad shots he was taking. And he didn't even have, he was like 2 for 14. It was horrible. She bet that he's gonna score 17 points. Because mine, he only averaged, I think, 14 points this year. He's struggling. And she bet on her ticket 17 points. And her ticket would have hit. He blew her ticket because he ain't cover. But he was trying. You see him, he was just going, the fenders is on him. But I don't want to go, but I want you to get back to what you're about to say. Because this is critical, he said. Now, this is why I said he don't want to go up against a guy like you. Gilbert don't want to touch a dude like you. See, Dreamers Pro tucked his tail, and Dreamers Pro dropped the ball. Dreamers Pro dropped the ball. Because
I like Dreamers Pro.
I like him. I like Dreamers Pro. I like what he brings, but he didn't, and everybody like kind of clowned him on the show. But Elder, he said there's more competition now than then. Break that rivalry thing back down.
I have to break it back down. That's just a lie. What he's trying to push out to people, that because the players are more skilled now, that makes it more competitive. And that's just not true, because it takes more than just skill to make the game competitive. You also have to play, it's offense, right? There's defense, there's strategizing, there's IQ level, there's controlling the pace of the game. There's so many different ebb and flows of a basketball game or any sporting event. So skill just doesn't dictate. So I won't argue with them that these players are more skilled. Guess why they're more skilled? They have more time to focus on just the skills. Why? That's what sells. Them going out there shooting deep threes, them going out there doing a whole bunch of fancy dribbling because they can't be touched. See, guys couldn't dribble like that back then because they gave defensive guys the same leverage they give offensive guys. How many of you guys can tell me right now where a guy can be dribbling? He can face you. See, back in the day, you could never face a defender because he had just as much right to be physical with you as you had to be physical with him. So when he would stand your tail up, now you got one arm and he ripping you. So you had to turn to the side or turn your back and be able to do it like this. You couldn't face guys up now. And the way guys face guys up now, they do all the dribbling. And then if a guy plays good defense, say he cuts you off, guess what happens? You're going to hit him with this shoulder, right? If you're right-handed, you're going to hit him with that shoulder. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to push him off. I watch it all. I guarantee, pick any NBA game. I promise you will see 50 push-offs in every freaking NBA game. It's never called. Why? They want you to score. So all you need is separation when you're a good, skilled offensive person. Give me a little room. Now I can get my shot off. And that's what guys do. Even when guys play good defense, that's all they're going to do is push you off, get to a spot, and shoot. But again, that's what the NBA is promoting. And I have no problem with that. I think people think I have an issue with it. I don't. That's what the game has materialized into today. It's more business oriented. It's more clicks and likes and collabs. Look at the players. They don't even believe they have bosses, y'all. Listen to these players talk. They don't work for the Philadelphia 76ers. Ask Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is telling you, no, me and the Sixers work together to present a product to you. That's why they pay me what they pay me. Go look at the collective bargaining agreement. We get 51% of the money. You see what I'm saying? In our day, it was more competition driven. And again, it's just different. And that's all I'm saying. But see, what Gilbert and them will do, because what this generation likes to do, They love to troll. They live off trolling and disrespecting. Why? Because internet has told everyone you have an opinion. Well, you do. It doesn't make it valid, though. But the internet, the social media networks make you think it is. So you'll get people on here that are ex-soccer players and cake contest eating boogers that's never actually played organized basketball, but actually think they know more about the game than guys that have played at a high school level, played at a college level, played at a pro level, coached at a high school, college, or pro level. Think you know more about the game. That's why I laugh at a lot of y'all. When y'all be like, Darvin don't do this or he made this. And y'all, I'm like, you fuckers don't know what you're looking at because it's all entertainment based. For you as the base consumer today, the majority of them, not everybody, but the majority of them. Because see, I got to say this about the Kareem report. Most of the people over here are a little bit more educated. They study the game. They come up playing the game. You know what I mean? You can tell their conversation is a little bit better than a lot of other places I go. But really, this consumer base has been dumbed down. There's zombies walking around here betting and playing video games, betting and playing video games. So they all want clicks. Say what's going to be popular to get these people to come over and see what you're doing. And that's all Gilbert. He's not fooling me with what he's doing. That's all Gilbert's doing. He ain't dumb. Now, basketball-wise, I didn't think that Gilbert was like one of them top echelon players. He was great offensively. Like, you weren't stopping him offensively, but he can score 60 and give up 60. He couldn't play no defense. He would fit, like today, Gilbert would be a $60 million man today. He would be the Dame Lillard. He would be on that level just because no one cares about defense.
He said nobody high IQ.
Who said that? Who said that?
Right here.
I'll let you keep thinking that then. I can tell you this. Our generation, when we looked at him, we didn't see a high IQ player. We saw a guy that had a bag offensively. Yeah, I have to admit that. Gilbert could score on anybody. I mean, in anything.
What IQ?
But I didn't see a high IQ player. I did not see that. And I definitely didn't see a guy that played defense. Now, here's the thing. Gilbert will probably even admit that to you himself.
Oh, he admit that he ain't played.
He'll admit that himself. But the thing is this. He would be better. Gilbert would be better for this generation because the game is played today more suited for the type of way he played. Back then, you had to play defense to get recognized. You had to play D. You be good offensively, but that ain't going to last forever. You had to give some kind of effort. And here's the thing. If you were ultra good offensively, the only way you got away without playing defense was to be that good and be that type of closer and lead your team to victories. See, if you start leading your team to victories, then they would form a team around you, right, that play defense, that you didn't have to. They would put a bunch of defenses around it so that y'all can win games, i.e. Allen Iverson. I'll give you an example of how it worked. Now, if you was on that level, then they would form a team around you, right? They would form a team around you, and then you would be able to do it offensively enough, and they would do it defensively enough. There were several teams like that and players like that back then. Gilbert wasn't one of them, though.
Gilbert wasn't one of them, but not only
that.
He's
a good player, though. He was a good player.
Break down, because he said the competition. Now, what you were saying before I cut you off, you was like, you could name many rivalries back then compared to now. So let's go start there.
The reason I could name more rivalries back then is because, again, the mindset going into the game was different for the players. The money was totally different, y'all. It wasn't that they wasn't getting paid because everybody, I mean, even back then, like, let's just say the bottom dollar guy made $300,000. That still puts you in the top 5% in the world. You see what I'm saying? I mean, in America, you still was rich, making 300, 500,000.
I want to go in levels because I want to check a lot of stuff he said. So where you want to go first, the rivalry? Because I want to get back to what he said, the janitor thing, and I want you to break that down. We said
well, that's all part of it. That's all a part of it.
300,000 in the 80s. So we speaking on that because I know somebody going to automatically think that ain't no money, but in the 80s, yes. But go ahead.
In the 80s, that's some money now. Most of you, none of you probably here making $300,000. So stop. There's very few of us in here making that kind of money, man. Let's just keep it a buck. $300,000 is a lot of money. Now you living on the West Coast, a little different because that climate out there has just always been strange. You know what I'm saying? But we can talk about that. The 80s did again.
So go into the competition. Go to all that. I'm listening.
Yeah, the teams were structured just different back then. So it breeded for competition. The competition breeded not only on your own team, but you had to be on audition every single day for the next team that possibly may get you. It ain't that way now. I don't have to audition. If I come in and I sign as a rookie, a 4-year, $40 million deal. Now, mind y'all, I'm not even talking about the top 2, 3, 4, 5 picks. That's what's his name just got. I think he was like the 8th pick. He got like a 4-year, $38 million deal. That's generational wealth, y'all. Do y'all understand that? So a lot of guys don't have to be motivated unless they're personally and they got that drive, which not a lot of these dudes got. You don't have to be motivated. Now you want to get that next contract, but you don't have to. Back then it was different. Everybody, you had one good player. You had a superstar, right? He got the money. He did. He got the bag. Whatever the big contract was you can give, he got that. Let's use the Knicks. Remember I told you Patrick Ewing. He got the bag. Nobody else on that team got the bag, but they put a bunch of good players around it. You may develop another player to end up being an all-star this year or 2-time all-star. That guy may get a little bit of money. But the other 10 guys, guess what? If you miss 10, 15, 20 games, you could literally lose your job because there were a lot of guys that were just as good as you that didn't get the opportunity because there was only so many jobs. If you got 23 teams and you got 12 jobs per team, that's only 250 jobs. So out of the 250, only 50 of them jobs was guaranteed. The best player on each team and probably the second best player. That was it back then. Everybody else had to come and produce. You see what I'm saying? And they still made enough money to where this is where Gilbert was just totally wrong. They still made more than enough money to not have to work in the offseason. See, this janitor, plumber, BS bullcrap, that came from, what was his name? The one dude he called, what's the name? Played against
he called
JJ Redick. He said that now it's truth and lies to it because you're presenting it in the wrong manner. In the 50s and 60s, when the NBA was getting going, they didn't have money, y'all. So these players, unless you was a Wilt Chamberlain or you had to be like the star. You were like the freak show of it. You were the only ones getting paid. So it was only like 3 or 4 guys in the league making a lot of money then. So guys had to support their families when the season was over. They had to go get regular jobs as janitors, plumbers, attorneys, firemen, police officers, whatever the case may be.
In the 50s.
But that was in the 50s and barely up into the 60s. By the time you got to the 70s, bro, everybody was still making enough money to where they didn't have to work all year round. They was able to go and work on their craft in the summer and come back and secure their job. They needed to be able to do that. And the league kept expanding in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 2000s. Every time they kept expanding. Back then, when somebody playing against plumbers and all that, they only had 8 teams in the league, y'all. Go back and look in the 50s. In the late 50s, they only had 8 teams in the league. 8 teams, 12 guys a team. You do the math on how many jobs that is. The league was just getting going. It was just getting popularized. The money wasn't there. See, the money's here now, so they're doing it different. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not bashing it. It's different. So I don't compare. You never hear me compare this modern day superstar to the old school guys, superstars. Why? They didn't have to do what those guys had to do. These guys can come in, shoot a bunch of deep threes, score a bunch of points, don't play any defense whatsoever, don't win. They don't even have to win. And they're going to get paid like they did. See, back then, you had to be getting your team into the playoffs every single year with a chance to win a championship. These guys that were just playing on bad teams all the time and their teams was never competing, they weren't getting that kind of money. You got paid back then as a star to represent not just that team, but this league. But you better be there when we want to see you in the playoffs, when all the games are being broadcast during the playoffs in the series. We better see you. I can tell you this competition-wise too. Go look right now. I don't care what, you pick them. You pick them. You hear me? You pick them.
Cooking, y'all pick them.
You pick them.
Pull up.
You pick any 5 stars in the league right now and go pull how many games they played the last 5 years. I don't care what stars it is. I don't care. And then you go back and you take the same level, take top 5 stars from the 80s, 90s. I don't care. Pull and see how many games they played. Big difference. Huge difference. These guys understood back then. They did this for the guys now. They were promoting the league then. They were pushing the league globally then. How do you do that if we can't see you? Jordan understood. Magic understood. Bird understood. We need to be able to see you on the court. If we're going to sell you something, how the hell I'm going to sell it to you? Then I tell 18,000 people to show up to see it, and they're not there. See, that's what's going on, y'all. We had 18, 19, 20,000 people coming to these arenas to see Kevin Durant play LeBron James. How in the hell you took the two best players in the game? You're supposed to be two of the best players in the game. You haven't played each other since 2018? Y'all playing in the same league, and y'all ain't played against each other since 2018. It's 2023 now. Do y'all know that? These two guys that at the pinnacle of the league hadn't seen each other, hadn't been on the court with each other in 5 years. Tell me 2 years went by, even with guys missing a whole year from being hurt. Show me 2 years where Jordan didn't play Dominique. Jordan didn't play Bird. Magic didn't play them dudes. You see what I'm saying? It's different now. So what these dudes are doing, like Gilbert Arenas, is they're doing clickbait stuff. They're just doing it in a modern way with trolling and putting out absolutely ridiculous takes, because this is what trolls like. Trolls like this stuff. This is what trolls want. So this is what they will support. They'll come behind and, oh, you are old head, you don't understand. No, y'all don't study the game. Y'all don't understand the game at all. All you know how to do is entertain. You don't understand the full aspects of the game. So push what you're doing. Do I have an issue with what Gilbert's doing? Nope. Do I listen to Gilbert? Hell no. For what? For what? He's not telling me anything about basketball. Nothing. Now, I will give him his props as an NBA player, because I don't give a flip who you are. It is hard as crap to make the NBA. It is. Any professional sport. None of it is easy, y'all. So I will give him kudos. I will tip my hat to him for being an NBA player and playing as long as he did. But as for respecting what he's doing now when it comes to basketball knowledge, oh, no. I understand fully what the brother's doing. He's staying relevant, and he's reaching a consumer base that is base in mind, low base, really, because you don't understand the history of the game. You don't understand how the game is supposed to be played. Again, the NBA will do better by just telling folk we're more entertainment based. We're just a business. We're trying to entertain you. People ain't going nowhere. Why? They still want to bet, and they still want to play games. They grown children. That's what they want to do. But you can't try to push it like it's competitive, because these dudes don't compete. How am I competing when LeBron's supposed to be one of the best players in the game? Kevin Durant's considered the best player in the game, and they don't even play each other for 5 years, y'all. 5 freaking years. You telling me this is competitive? Somebody in the chat, somebody help me. Tell me a modern day rivalry now. Don't tell me Lakers Celtics. Yeah. Don't even try it. But tell me a modern day rivalry right now. I can tell you players that don't like players. I can do that, because we just saw it. My man, he don't like Rudy Gobert. And he put that book in a chokehold. So I can give you players that don't like players. Dylan Brooks don't like LeBron James. Kawhi Leonard don't like LeBron James. Now, they cordial about it. They business about it. But you can tell by the way he plays. They get all motivated to play LeBron, but then they'll come back the next night against Toronto Raptors and get their ass beat. They will smoke the Lakers because LeBron on there, and come right back the next day and the New Orleans Pelicans beat them by 30. That's individual. That's personal. Like I'm talking about rivalries between teams. You don't have it. So don't tell me that competition is your base.
Celtics Heat ain't no rivalry.
Yeah, no rivalry.
Celtics Heat not no rivalry.
That it's only rivalries to the local people, because like with the Lakers we probably don't rivalry. We don't care for the Clippers because it's just local. But it's really, honestly, if I had to really break it down, when have the Lakers ever cared about the Clippers? See, if you're a true Laker fan, when I was growing up Laker fan, I never thought about the Clippers. They were so irrelevant. They never crossed my mind. Our rivalries was the Portland Trailblazers, the Sacramento Kings, over on the East Coast. Of course, it was always Boston. You see what I'm saying? That's the teams I got fired up. The Clippers I never thought about. And even now, honestly, I don't think about the Clippers now. They a real true Laker fan. They're not competition in my opinion. They never won. See, that's what makes it a rivalry, y'all. Why do you think Magic and Bird had rivalries? They went against each other in college, come to the pros, back and forth, winning chips against each other, constantly fighting against each other. That's a rivalry. That's a rivalry. You could say Bron and Curry got a rivalry. That's it. I really can't say
but that rivalry's not like you can't compare Bron and Curry compared to.
I say that
them dudes hated them dudes as friends. Bron and Curry.
I say it, Kareem. I say it
like
just
when dudes when it's like that when amongst the team.
I get it.
I get what you listen to that. Listen to that whole Laker team talk from back in the days. The whole Celtics team, how they talk. Listen to the old Cavs and Warriors. It's nothing. Like you said, it's business. All right, after that, they dapping it up and they cool.
Yeah. I said that about them because they've played in so many championships
I get what you're saying,
against each other. That's the only reason I gave those two. I can't say that about anybody else, though, because who else has done that? Who else has seen each other 4 or 5 times in the chip? It's like a Magic Bird. You see what I'm saying? That's the only reason I could say these two, but we ain't talking about teams because LeBron doesn't flip-flop and slip. He met him in Cleveland. He met him in L.A. He met him in Miami. You know what I mean? So he's flip-flop teams.
And then another thing, most teams back in the day stuck together. So they had that chemistry. Now, guys just bounce around. You can literally lose to a team and fight with a team and join the team the next year.
Now, I want to speak on what Moneyball put out there. He put out there Jordan played only 15 years, Bird 13, 12. One thing people don't realize and understand, it's a business. So when you're doing a business nowadays, you want to keep that as long as possible. These players today, they don't. Why do you think they're trying to play less than 82 games? Why do you think they're pitching the league to go 60 games, y'all? They're trying to elongate it because of the money. You think I'm mad about that? I'm not mad that these dudes want to make all this money. I ain't mad about that at all. But it's different than back then because these guys are coming into the league at 18, 19 years old. Back then, Bird went to school for 5 years. All y'all don't even know that because he went to IU first. Then he transferred to the United States, had to sit out a year, and then played 4 years for the United States and graduated from there. So these guys will come to the league back then at 22, 23, 21 was like that. Jordan came in at 21, y'all. So do the math. If I got a guy coming at 18 and he plays 15, 16 years, you see what I'm saying? He gone 17 years. Say he plays 17 years. He only 35. I think my math right? 18, 17, 35. So, but if Jordan comes in at 21 or 22, like most of these guys did, come in at 22, and they play 13 years, how old are they? 34, 35. So, and then these guys play, as you can see, in a much more physical era. You are allowed to be just as aggressive defensively as you are offensively back then. That's going to shorten your career when you're doing more physical work and you're playing more games. Go compare the games per year played. Go do that. Take any stars from them eras, the 90s and 80s, and look at how many games they average per year for their career, and then look what the guys are doing today. Again, this is what it's evolved to. Don't push competition. You see what I'm saying? Don't tell me this is all about competition because there's no rivalries. There's no competition going on. Everybody's friends. No way back in the day you whoop me by 20 points and I'm going to hug you at halftime. Hey, at the end of the game. Hell no.
And they talk during the whole game.
Hell no.
Friendly conversation during the whole game.
Because I'm going to figure out how I'm beating your ass next time. You're never beating me again. But again, that's because we were driven by competition. These dudes today not driven by competition. Neither are the people on these podcasts. They're not driven by competition. It is entertainment. They are trying to get your clicks. So they say things that are off the wall, retarded, and disrespectful. See, social media allows people to be disrespectful because they don't think it's ever coming to their door. They can sit behind this camera and TV, call you everything under the sun, call the NBA greats that, see, all these guys they want to talk about, the Havliceks, talk about Wilt. They want to talk about Karl Malone. They want to talk about Stockton. Without these dudes don't get the opportunity to do what they're doing. See, because they showed up and played 82 games a year, because they made the playoffs and made deep runs every year, guess what? That gives these dudes the opportunity to make the $50 and the $60 million a year they're making. Because without them doing that, the world don't fall in love with this game. See, what's holding them now is gimmicks and clicks Gimmicks, clicks, and gambling.
Let me say one thing real quick, right? Now, I'm going to go back to, you said, before I start, thanks, Sammy the Man and the Cash App. Appreciate your Cash App.
Appreciate you, Sammy the Man.
Dropping the jewels. He said, Elder's going in. This is what we're doing right now. But Elder said something very important, and I didn't want to get past you guys. And this is why I'm going to give Kenya Martin respect. And this is where Elder said, people don't think it will come at their door. Now, and I want to also go back to King David. King David said, and I definitely agree with King David. King David said, what Gilbert trying to do, he trying to compete with Cam and Mace podcast instead of giving everybody the real what's going on in basketball. And I agree with him because they podcast, all they do is disrespect a lot of people. It's be disrespectful. Like, and I want to say that because what Elder said something very critical, right? Gilbert said he threw out things like, yo, saying Joe Smith's wife, people called and for an interview. I was like, nah, ain't no Gilbert, Kenya Martin, like, I won't be there that day. He checked it. And Gilbert like kind of laughed it off. That's not a laughing matter. And Gilbert, like I said, is about, he look at, it's like beating a dog. I feel so, everybody know I knew Cameron. We all grew up together. But I think that was very distasteful, and that pissed me off. That's that man's wife, regardless of what. That's that man's wife. You disrespect that. Forget if she want to be whore, whatever it is. Think about him. That man, number one, he battling finances. He's a man who was a millionaire, made close to $100 million. Now don't have it, and his wife disrespecting him, and for another man to come openly flirt and talk about your woman titties, give me a massage, and then turn around and get a massage like that hurts. That hurt him. And then Gilbert and Kenya Martin, like, I'm not gonna be a part of that. He said, well, if she come, I'm not gonna be there that day. And that's just what it is. It's not about.
Again, I told you it's about good. This is what this generation do because social media gives you these platforms and people don't feel like they have to ever be held accountable for the words they say. See, back in our generation, when it had a social media, you had newspaper, stuff like that. But guess what would happen? You got out of line and said something crazy to a reporter in your city, in the NBA, we're going to eventually get back around. It may be 6 months that we play you. But guess what's going to happen? That person going to come up and check you. That person going to come up and probably knock you out. They're going to meet you at the bus. See, they were real men back then. These guys ain't men. These guys ain't real men, bro. They're not. You sit there and let a dude choke your teammate out. Watch the two superstars sit there and watch that, bro. That would have never happened in our league.
That hurt your throat,
bro. Again, bro. I would have. First off, I'm gonna tell you right now. First off, I would have known that Draymond don't like him. And I don't care even if I didn't like him. He's my teammate. I would have been watching Draymond the whole time knowing he don't like him. And I would have been knowing he looking for an excuse. And as soon as I saw Draymond do that run, I would have tackled his ass. I promise you. I would have tackled and smacked his shit.
This is the hold up. We're gonna really go in right now.
Hey, hold on, Kareem. This dude, we need to ignore him because he's making a lot of
but
new generation
guys, you got to respond to him because a lot of guys think like this and I disagree.
He believes that Gilbert Arenas deals with a lot of facts when he's talking. So you saying it's a fact that the guys that got drafted before 1990 were all janitors?
And they all had.
Is that what you saying?
Plumbers.
Those guys in the 80s, all 80s and 70s, those guys didn't have no extra jobs. They made enough money to play basketball all year round. They were all professionals, bro. That stuff was way back in the late 50s. But see, it sounds good to you because you know nothing about the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, or the 80s, or the 90s. So you think that's facts. What that is funny to people. It's funny. And what it does is, see, I can tell by your title, LeBron Legacy Podcast. You just like Gilbert Arenas. You boogers are trying to make LeBron the GOAT because you hate Jordan so much. That's a lot of what Gilbert is getting doing too. He's trying to get in bed with this whole crew of people that wants to elevate LeBron to a status that he'll never be. He will never be Michael Jordan, bro. What Michael did at the level he did, LeBron can't even come close to eclipsing that. I don't care if LeBron played 30 years in the league on his juice. I don't care. He'll never beat MJ. And guess what? He's only going to get people like yourself that will do a podcast to promote him and his legacy. And you'll believe the dumb BS that they put out about that. This man ain't even close to Jordan's level. Not even close.
But let me respond down what you respond
Go
to.
ahead.
Hercules Brown, thanks for the super chat, Hercules Brown.
Appreciate you, Hercules.
And this is the problem we have with the society today. He said, if his wife acting a fool, it's your fault. Your wife. You wife her, not us.
This is what
it's about respect. It's not about her. It's about bro. I'm Elder. Check the floor after I finish.
Yeah. All right.
After I finish.
Yep.
Check this out. What that man got he can't, number one, she's grown. He can't put his hands on her. We all know what happened if he put hands or do some crazy to her. He don't have no control as far as what she say and what she is. But it's a man, another man should respect another man. You know she's married and you see she's acting like, check her. He's another professional, another man that made it from the inner cities, that became a millionaire. Now he's down on his luck and she's being disrespectful. You don't condone that. That's like right now, one of y'all wife like that. I'm not going to, and I know that's your wife, even if she acting like a whore or whatever, I'm not going to openly and engage and say, oh, your titty's nice. Oh, this, that, and the third. Give me a body massage and have you giving me a body massage on camera. What you do to me to disrespect you like that? Joe Smith don't deserve that. Joe Smith don't deserve that. So for you to sit there and say to my wife, you don't know who you may love. You may meet a woman today, tomorrow. She may have this. She may turn out to be a whole nother person afterwards. You can't. And I hate when people say, "Oh, she used to be a stripper in the past." Only God can judge. That's her past. When he met her, mind you, he only met her in 2019. She's an old woman and she was singing. She wasn't doing the stripper thing when he met her. He ain't judge her. He said, okay, that's your past. And he wiped her for a couple years. They were solid. And now she's doing these things. That's being judgmental. That's like right now, if me being an ex-felon and I get with Oprah and somebody judging and then I get in some trouble years after they be like, well, she's stupid from going with a guy because he's an ex-felon. Like, y'all got to stop this judging thing. He loved her for whatever reason he loved her, right? But that still don't got another man to disrespecting another man and that he's down and out. Joe Smith at his lowest. He don't got no money. He broke. His girl told him, why don't you go ask Shaq for money and get one of your NBA friends to help you out? Like, she being totally disrespectful. But that don't make you as a man that – then you got money. It's not like if it was a YouTuber, okay, cool. Cameron that made millions of dollars in the industry. And Gilbert, these guys don't check shit like that. Kenya Martin immediately, like, I'm not going to be there. Like, when he keeps like, yo, she want to come up. But I was like, and Gilbert, Kenya Martin, check that. If she come, I'm not going to be there that day. Y'all got to stop this, man. Because that's his wife. Stop with all this. He shouldn't have never wifed her. That's his fault. And this, that, and the third. That don't give you a reason to disrespect another man. It don't give you a reason to disrespect another man. Elder wife, anybody, one of our wife, girls, anybody, any one of y'all wife, do a 360 and turn. How's that your fault? Why should we get down on you and disrespect you as a man? And openly flirt, and he got to see this. Come on, man. Y'all got to stop that. Y'all got to stop that. And like I said, Gilbert ain't check it, and he was trying to see what his team think. I know what he was doing. He was like, because he wouldn't do it if it was irrelevant. If a guy who had money, he wouldn't have did it if it was Kevin Garnett and somebody. He did it. Joe Smith is like a laughing stock. He like, you know, his wife called. That would be like a big interview. And I was like, there's a lot of wolves out here on this panel. And what's his name? Check that immediately. He said, I'm not going to be there. Nobody going to sit there and that woman, you know she going up there to disrespect that man. But you couch chasing because nobody don't talk about Puff Daddy. See, this is the thing that kills me. See, people pick and choose who they want to talk about.
You don't know why?
These other rappers.
You know why, right? You know why they don't talk about Puff Daddy, right?
Yeah, I know why.
They don't.
Take the floor.
Boogers come up missing. The boogers come up missing.
But you tuck and tell. like Joe Buttons. It had it been people laughing and joking at Joe Smith, and people do that. But certain people, you know, who still got money, who still got some type of relevancy, y'all want to talk about it. I hope tomorrow. I want to see Cam and Mace keep that energy with Puff Daddy tomorrow. I want them to go in on him. They're not going to do that. Joe Buttons, none of them doing that. But you know,
I don't get off into that because what again it clearly shows you what I've been saying about what it is now. They would love for this thing to just be entertainment. When you're starting to get into these reality shows that claim to be putting people's personal lives out there, everybody think, well, hey, this is what it is now. So your personal life is out there. We can judge it, talk about it, whatever the case may be. Again, back in the day, it used to be a level of respect. That's that man's private business. Let him handle it. Because I would want the same respect. If I was going through what you're going through, I would want the same respect. Let me deal with my personal like you deal with yours. Those that I need help with that can help me, I'll go to them. I don't need the public's opinion, but the way the society is run today, I mean, what you got, everything out there is reality shows. And people think this is regular life until it comes to their doorstep and they meet a real person that say, I ain't finna put up with this no more. And then something tragic happened and now everybody want to talk crazy. Again, I blame that because there's some very plus positive things about social media. Don't get me wrong. I love the pluses of social media, being able to bring us together, reaching out, having an avenue where we can do stuff like this. I love that part. I do hate the part, though, about the sensationalism of it. I hate the part about everybody's life's got to be out here. I can do this, and everybody feel like they have a voice. Everybody feels like my opinion is valid. Like I literally get people when I block them on my channel, like block their comment. I'll block a comment if I don't like it, right? Hey, why did you delete my comment? Because you got your own channel. If you really want to spew your garbage, go do it on yours. I'm not going to give you the platform to do it. But people will look at me and say, man, like I'm breaking the unwritten rules of social media. You can't delete comments. No, I'm going to delete what I don't want people see. I have a platform to present things to people that I think will help them, that I think they need. I'm not going to give you a platform to push your garbage. Well, you can't just have agreeing and sentiments on that. Why not? That's what people coming to see. Now, I'm not an entertainment channel though either. If you want to be entertained, you got all them other channels over there. Every show is that way, ain't it? You got one guy to agree this way, one guy to that way. So you got consenting opinions. Go watch that. That ain't what I'm doing. And you got your own channel. Put it out. Let me
respond to this guy here because this is the idiotic part now is coming to, and I'm gonna address it. He said Kareem hating because Cam blew up and didn't take him. So number one, let me tell you this. I'm gonna break you down. Number one, how can I hating? Y'all ain't never hear me talk about Cam until now. One thing about me, I don't like disrespect. You know why I don't like disrespect? Because with something the elder just said, people think it don't come to your door. I know how disrespect, when disrespect comes, you don't know how it may turn out. It could turn to some real gunplay. It could turn to some bodies. You never know. The era I grew up in is about respect at the end of the day. I'm not with disrespecting nobody. So you think I'm mad Cam blew up, didn't take me. Take me for what? Look, okay, he doing good. Look at the dudes that's around him. I'm right here in my store right now, right? Y'all see me moving tap out. Y'all see me moving around. I got a house. I'm moving around doing me. I'm doing me. I'm older than that man. I don't have to run behind no man. I got my own podcast. I'm doing things. So you saying blow up. Don't look at Cam. Look at the people around him. See what they doing. And then you could sit there and say, oh, well, he ain't take him. Me taking him doing what? I know niggas that's around him. What they got? They just around him. Not disrespect. I'm not trying to get down on them niggas, but listen what you're saying. You think if he would have took me or something, you think, oh, I'm mad because he took. Hey, come on, I ain't think about it. And I give him props all the time. I give him credit. I give him props. But right is right, wrong is wrong. I don't care if that was my mother, my brother. If somebody do something like that, I'm checking that, and I don't like it. I don't like it because it's no need for disrespect when it gets to that type disrespect. A dude will come to your door. Joe Smith might not be about, but he may have some family members that might be about it. And then you sitting there saying Cam 5 level above. I'm not, you ain't making no sense. You trying to compare me to Cam far as finances, and that's not what it's about. You saying him taking me for what? To do what? Just to be around somebody flunky? I've never been a flunky. That's one. And you trying to make it as I'm mad at him. I'm mad at what he said right there. It's not like overall I have an issue with him. I don't have no issues with Cam. I have no issues with him. That right there, what he said and what he was doing, I didn't like. That's the bottom line. Y'all see me, if you know anything about me, one thing about me, I keep it consistent. Even when it's players, my favorite players, or anything, when something is out of line, I don't like it, I don't like it. That don't mean I dislike him. I'm speaking on something particular, what he done. And y'all laughing because y'all saying, oh, his wife, y'all keep making it about the woman. She's a prostitute. She was this, she was that. That had nothing to do with him. It has nothing to do with him. He chose to love her.
Again, I'm back to.
He said you can tell by my voice. I've been waiting. It's not that waiting to get. It's not, bro. It's not about my voice. I'm waiting to get at him. Why is I waiting? Number one, I see him. When I see him, yo, what up? It's all good. Like you think I'm sitting here waiting? A grown man. I'm 51. You think I'm sitting there waiting to be around a rapper? Like to be around him, then what? You think if I was around him, that make my life? I know people that's around him. They live in the hood and stuff like that. It's not like people around him and they living in mansions and stuff like that. People that he took from the block and dudes that came from the block, they living good. Like you ain't even thinking what you saying.
That opinion
You're
is
not making no sense. What you saying? You trying to compare like with me, like, oh, if he'd have took me, he a millionaire, I'm gonna be a millionaire. No, he doing good, but look what's around him. I come around to do what?
Can we get back to the show? Because this dude has got you going off on some stuff that we don't even need to be talking about right now.
Yeah, because
that's what this generation do, though. See, because that came from a sports podcast, didn't it? It came from a sports podcast talking about something it shouldn't be talking about. But guess what? This is what they like. They like the drama. They like to see everybody else's life unfold. But I guarantee this, he ain't gonna let a camera come into his house. He ain't gonna let somebody follow him around all day and see what he do. You see what I'm saying? It's hypocritical. But again, it's entertainment. This is what people want. They want to be able to troll. They want to be able to get their faulty opinions and judgments on folk. And they want to be able to sit back and laugh. And at the end of the day, because there's no level of accountability. No level of accountability. But he's sitting there talking about you hating on this dude. What's this dude doing? Who is this? What is he doing?
But then,
what is he doing?
Sound stupid. Hey, I'm speaking on some real issues because I'm like this. Let's say if I was part of his team and hanging with him every day, you know who be front line when shit, like Elder said, see, people don't think it come to their door. When shit do come to the door, you know who be front line? Not him. He be put up. His homeboys got to deal with the ruckus. They going to be the ones who probably get killed or go to jail. So as a man, if you see your people's doing something, you tell them, yo, bro, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. It's not. I don't know how can somebody think disrespecting the man's wife, talking like that in front, and the man got to see that. Like, how can you even possibly think that? And I said that, and it's not, like I said, even to spill off to Gilbert. Because Gilbert, I know what Gilbert's trying to do. Gilbert threw it out there to his team.
Fake that. Fake that.
He threw it out there to his team like, yeah, his people called us and they asked for an interview. He threw it out there. Had they grew on that, they was like, nah, they wasn't with that. Rashad McCants, I believe, played with Joe Smith.
Man, let's move on, man. Let's move on. Bite down is done. He been bit on. See, what I do with people like that, I block them. Because you want to get disrespectful and do all that. I ain't got time for that. We ain't here for you. We ain't here for your opinions about somebody's personal life. See, what we're trying to tell you is, as real men, that shit should be off limits. There should be honors and levels of respect. You numbnuts today don't have that shit, though. So a lot of folk today, they don't care. If it's out there, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Why? What difference do it make? Because I promise you, if it was at your doorstep, you would want people to respect you. You would want people to, no matter what it is. Someone dies in your family, someone gets injured, someone gets hurt, or something bad happened. You would want the privacy. You would want the respect. But you can't give it? Man, come on. It's hypocritical. And that's why I don't deal with these trolls. This generation is a trolling generation. They literally get their energy from trolling you and talking about shit that don't got nothing to do with nothing. These dudes, come on, I've never seen so many people want to talk about something that they have zero experience in. Like, think about it. I gave this example the one time. If we're talking finances, right? Am I going to go and have a panel of people online that are broke as shit, giving me advice and telling me how to invest and telling me where the money should go and what, you know what I'm saying? Am I going to actually listen to that and give credence to it? I don't understand why we do it in sports. Why am I going to look at some guy that's been eating cakes and cookies this whole life, sitting in a chair, but because society is lazy, they'll pay you to do that shit. Good money, right? You know why? Because they relate to you. They're fat and sloppy, never been in shape, never played a sport, never been part of anything organized in their life. So they'll pay you because they can relate to you. And then you'll say stupid, funny, witty stuff that will keep them coming. And you don't understand, they're not just laughing at your jokes, they're laughing at you too. They're laughing at you too. There's no honor, there's no respect. And that's what has changed. That's what you get from competition. Man, a guy beat me 4 or 5 times, bro. What can I do? If I done put everything on the line and I just can't put a team together to beat this dude, I got to respect it. I don't got to like it, but I got to respect it. That's how you earn it. Not because you come out here and see what y'all want respect for. The dude will lose every single game, but guess what? Man, he averaged 37 points against him. They lost each game by 20. Who cares? You care about the 37 points instead of the win. We've taken away the level of competition. Nobody even cares about winning now. These new dudes that's on here, they want to talk about stuff in sports and actually try to promote players that have never been leaders and never won. Act like that aspect of the game means nothing now. But we're going to put you here in your greatness because you never played defense. You never played in the era that made you play defense. All you can do is score, dunk, and shoot deep threes. But we're going to put you on the level of the greatest that did all of that stuff and played defense and led their teams and went through the trenches and played every game, every 82 games a year. You see what I'm saying? Like, are y'all serious? You have taken all levels of competition out. Why? Look at the guys that's talking about it. What level of competition? What thing organized did they ever do in their life? And you want me to respect what they say? And again, let's go to Gilbert. I'm back on Gilbert. I can respect Gilbert, but I know what he's doing. It's how you have to, you got to look at something. If you're going to push a business model, you have to look and see what the consumers want. They don't want Elder. They don't want Pastor. They don't want you, Kareem. They don't want historians. Man, we go to a museum for that. Okay, cool. They don't want guys that have honored and respected it and been through the trenches that will show you why it is what it is, how it goes down. Break it down so you have an understanding of what the hell you watching instead of just being a mindless minion watching it and don't know what the hell going on. Oh, he don't. Oh, it's a long three. You see what I'm saying? It's just they don't want that. And again, I'm not knocking Gilbert. If that's what the people are asking for and you willing to give it to them, you go ahead.
Like
I'm not going to put.
They should come out and say with it because it's confusing.
Yeah, because it's not going to change. Wrestling didn't change. Wrestling blew up. It didn't even have a downside. It blew up even greater when they told everybody it was fake. When they start promoting that, no, it's not real, it's scripted. Nobody cared. These arenas got 60,000 people every time WrestleMania come out, bro. They don't care. They want to be entertained. So just entertain the people. Just entertain them. I don't have a problem with that. But respecting his basketball acumen, he don't have a basketball acumen. And he don't know basketball.
Let me tell you where it's sad at. This is where he went wrong at. He said he asked LeBron James, can he be assistant coach? He don't have to get paid on the Lakers. Bron said he talked to Rob, he see what he could do. Right? Yeah. But see, now you killed yourself when because you done pissed off a whole era. You know what I'm saying? So now you've been with the Wizards all these years. And the reason why I fell away, because I came on here many times early, like a couple years ago, oh, Gilbert, no basketball, Gilbert this, Gilbert that. And now it's like I'm eating crow because, like you said, you're an NBA player. We don't need the entertainment. We want to hear who was your hardest thing, the person you went up against. What about this? You could do that and still get millions of views. You still can get millions of views and the insight you dealing with 4 basketball players on a couch together. Y'all can tell stories. I remember there's some locker room stories. Tell anything. You don't have to do no trolling or this to that. You don't have to do it because it turned me off. Like I said, it turned me off. I wanted to hit some real basketball. You know how much basketball Gilbert been in the league a lot of years. Kenyon Martin, Rashard McCants, Brandon Jennings, and then people. Y'all got a lot to say. You know how much information you could bring to the thing. Oh, word, I remember we played this guy, this guy on the bench, this, that. Oh, I remember some stories. You don't have to do that, be disrespectful to the guys in the past. You don't have to do that. You disrespect them, and then, like I said, you're lying. You sitting there saying people in the 80s, they had jobs. Then you sitting there saying the NBA was harder to make now. How the NBA harder to make? That just breaks
the job.
For the people that came in. How can the NBA be harder to make when you got 30 teams right now with 17 roster spots, and you had 23 teams in the 80s and 12 roster spots? How in the world is harder now to make the NBA than back then? How?
Kareem again.
He say, and see, he don't get guys who gonna really come up here and get at him like that.
But what it is, it's going after a certain market base. You're not doing this stuff for the fun of it. Most people aren't. I do it. I don't do it to make money, but that's why I'm not on here all the time. These guys are on this to keep their name relevant and to get that opportunity to make more money than they're making now. So it is money driven. And if it's money driven, you have to know what the mass consumer wants. And this is what they want. Unfortunately, the guys that are gambling and the guys that are sitting on their dang couch like zombies playing video games all freaking day, this is what they want. They want to hear that dumb stuff. Half of them don't even know who John Stockton is. But it's funny to hear the guy that has the most assists in the NBA all time is a bum. It's funny to them. And that's stuff they can talk about forever. A guy don't even know. They never even watched him play. And these dudes will go watch, watch dozens of tapes on him. Yeah, okay.
That's what he said. Elder, respond to this because I know Elder's going to break this down. My throat's sore.
All right. He said, Kareem, you forget the league more international. The pool is bigger. That's why it's harder. The league was international back then. I don't go back to the 80s and 90s. They had international players.
Sabonis, Kukoc.
I mean, it just I'm saying I would agree if you went back to the 50s and 60s. This is why, I don't put as much stock in the 50s and early 60s because the best players were not allowed to even go to certain colleges, and you know what I mean. The opportunities were not there for just in America. You weren't doing no overseas, but even the American players, all the best players did not get the same opportunities to play. That sizzled out definitely around the 80s, 90s, all that stuff. So I don't say that now. I don't think it's harder at all because you got so many more opportunities, so many more leagues, so many more leagues to what I'm saying, to showcase yourself. You're going to watch the G League. You're going to watch the Euro League. You're going to watch the Asian League. You're going to watch all these leagues that are playing. They send guys over to see. You see what I'm saying? You have way more opportunities. So to me, I don't think it's harder now. I really don't. I don't think it's harder. I don't, because you just have to understand what they're trying to advertise. Back then, you had to bring value to your team. Now you could legitimately be like a Gilbert Arenas, where all you do is score. You could be that. Nothing else to your game. No assists. You ain't a real playmaker. You don't play no defense. All you can do. Okay, case in point, Cam Thomas. I like Cam. I think he's a good player. He's a 6'2", 2 guard. All he does is score. Is that going to translate to Brooklyn winning a lot more games? But guess what? On social media, it's great to talk about. Oh, we got Cam Thomas putting 50 on people, 40. Their team is 6'5". They 500 with zero chance to win a chip. See, back then, that guy wouldn't make the team. 6'2", 2 guard. Back then, in the 80s and 90s, Cam Thomas wouldn't make the teams. Do you know why? They had other guys to score. That's what I'm paying Michael Jordan. That's what I'm paying Clyde Drexel. That's what I'm paying Akeem Olajuwon. That's what I'm paying Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm paying those guys to score. I'm paying you.
But not only that, they will go out and expose that size there All them 6'5", 6'6" shooting guards, take him in the post. They going at him. They don't exploit. They don't do that now.
People say
back then they went on mismatch crazy. Oh, what?
People think the game is.
This is the thing what I like about today.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say like I'm 6'6" and I got Cam Thomas and he guard. I could score 2 baskets on him in a row, and clearly he can't do nothing with me. But you know what? The next possession down, somebody else gonna shoot. The ball gonna get instead of it keep coming to me every time. Mm-hmm. Back then they exploit matchups. You got to go. You got to go. Now these guys, the IQ, like what Elder was saying, they more skilled, but the IQ, I seen a lot of times guys is hot, clearly got to go, and then the guy come down and shoot a bad shot, and the ball gets swung the other way instead of keep going to the guy.
Yeah.
Why when you keep going to this dude and you clearly because he got mismatched? Cam Thomas, little a guy like Steve Smith would have been on him like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of guys like you said, he would have been off the court. And then number one, he would have been able to get them shots off that easy. Because now the defense is much better. So he ain't getting them 40s like that. It's not.
No. Again, a lot of y'all, I'm looking, not a lot, but a few of y'all in here, you're saying, what about Curry? What about that? These guys do way more than just score, bro. Curry, Tatum, these guys do way more than score. And then I also gave you an example. Let's just say that's pretty much all a guy can do. It has to be done on an elite level to where you can put the base players around him and then you still win. And I gave you an example like Allen Iverson. Now, Allen Iverson was more than just a scorer. He could actually create. Allen Iverson was a dog, bro. He would go in there with the big men. He was a more than that. But I'm using him as an example because most of y'all look at him as just a scorer. They didn't think he was a great defender, but he led the league in steals forever. You see what I'm saying? So he wasn't as bad defense. Now, one-on-one, he wasn't because he was so small. He wasn't going to be the greatest defender. But Allen Iverson played great team defense. That's why he got a lot of steals. And Curry plays good team defense. Curry gives effort. Curry is a great playmaker. Curry, the attention that he draws from the way he moves, just Curry's path, just his running for 24 seconds at a time, him being in incredible shape makes him worth being on the damn team. Just having 2-3 guys chase him all day. I don't get it.
Jonathan Savino on the Cash App. Thank you, bro. Jonathan Savino.
Appreciate you, my brother. Jonathan Savino.
You, bro. Thank you.
So what I'm saying is guys have to be able to bring something that's going to lead to wins. Today, they don't care. You got a lot of guys on these weak teams that are making 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, $50 million a year, y'all, with zero expectation to win. I told you, Kareem, remember when Bradley Beal got that deal? Everybody went crazy. 5 years, 255. The first thing out my mouth, I think I said it on your show too. I came right on here and I said, look, if Bradley Beal don't change that team in 1 year, he get 1 year, they're going to trade him. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Where Bradley Beal at now, y'all, after 1 year? Where's Bradley Beal? He ain't even with Phoenix. The Booker can't even get on the court now. They sold Phoenix a bag of goods. They sold Phoenix.
The general manager said this comes with something. This $250.
I told everybody, I saw that man speaking at the summer league, and I said, he ain't playing. I can tell that man's serious. If this whole climate of the team don't change this year, Bradley gone. And guess what? They told Bradley that. He knew it. They sit down. Why you think they put the what's the name in there? To guarantee Bradley, oh, we'll send you where you want to go. You just getting up out of here. Well, let's guarantee that with the no trade. No problem. No problem saying you want to go Phoenix? I don't care. We're going to get your ass up out of here, though. You getting up out of here. We're not going to keep you on that contract on a small market team like this, and you can't win. See, that's old school basketball. See, I'd rather have these low-level contracts they got now and be getting they the same. Washington ain't changed. They still sorry.
Still the same.
Why have all that money guaranteed? Why have all that money tied up? Guess who else they finna move? Jordan Poole.
Oh, yeah.
They gonna move him. You got a shot. You ain't getting it done. You finna go. That's a smart team, though. You don't keep guys on your team unless they can make you money. Now, if this guy was a draw, because see, LaMelo Ball is like one of the biggest, internet dudes in the NBA. Like, he got a lot of followers, millions of followers, right? That's a draw for them. They make money off LaMelo. They still up and coming. But even if not, you still would keep him because his contracts is still not 40, 50 million, and you making more money off of him. You still would keep him. You still would. Aaron Laker Nation Harrison. He said, Elder, did you see what Zach LaVine did? No, sir. What did he do?
What did he do, Aaron?
What did he do, Aaron? I saw he said that he wanted to be a Laker or a Sixer or a Miami Heat. I did hear him say that. I heard that he said those three teams is who he preferred to go to. Again, to me, you got to be versatile in this league to stay. But today, if you only got one set, if it's that set they're looking for, meaning offense, like you can shoot threes and dunk and all that stuff. I mean, let's keep it a buck, though. Even still, you still going to have to get past people to play. All y'all, I see a lot of y'all sometimes talk about that dude, Bo. I told y'all Booker in Oregon, I said, man, he ain't it. I could tell he wasn't. But every time he gets on teams, everybody wants to talk about how great his skill is. He can dribble, he can shoot, he can dunk, he can rebound, he blocks shots. Why can't he get on the court then, y'all? If he is that good and his skill level is that high, who got better skills, Bo or Wemby? Who got better skills, Bo or Chet Holmgren? Who got better skills? It's a reason them two dudes on the court and he ain't. There's a reason. What's different from them? Besides them other two, they go at you defensively. Now, Bo will block your shot, but he's horrible defensively. That shouldn't be when you 7'2". Booker should be running from you, bro. It just, I'm telling you, man. And then no IQ, no passion, no love for the game. I'm telling you.
Today's NBA players don't have no IQ.
No, I'm not playing that dude that's going to get and see the metrics. Y'all love these analytics. And the analytics, they don't hide you. If you go out there on that court, they got one analytic that you can't hide from. If you go out there in that court and you score 10 points in a row, but you give up 14, guess what the analytics going to say? Your plus minus is a -4. You can't hide. You can't hide. And teams look and say, God dang, he burning them up. But why are we losing? What's happening? He's out there, he's killing, but we're losing. So it ain't enough just to go out there and put buckets in there. You have to stop them from putting buckets too. Because I can go get 4 2-point shots in a row. And everybody said, man, Pastor cooking. He cooking. But guess what? What if my man come back and hit 3 threes on me and then another guy hit another 3? They just scored 12 points and I scored 8 and I'm down 4. I'm cooking now. I'm cooking. And y'all will look at that at the end of the game and say, man, he brought it, bro. Man, Pastor dropped him 30 on all these fools. But guess what? Pastor team is 10-57. Y'all don't get it. That's entertaining to y'all. That's good for you betting on sports. That's good for you when you want to get your player rating for Y2K. It ain't good for competition sport, though. And guys like that wouldn't have made the teams back then. They can make teams now, though. Be an internet sensation. Man, come on. Man, get thousands of clicks, millions of clicks like some of these boys get. They're going to stay in the league. I just like the fact back then that the stars understood they were a representation of the league and they were presenting their product. So that's why they played every game. That's why they played the back-and-back. That's why they engaged with the fans. That's why they went international and played the Olympics and all this stuff. They had to promote the league. Guys, they ain't thinking about promoting the league. They're promoting themselves.
Yep.
And it's going to be the tricks and gimmicks run out, y'all. I'm telling you right now, the tricks and gimmicks will eventually run out. Think about this. Back in the day, we played 82 games. Y'all know how long that is? Y'all know how hard it is to play 82 games? I remember playing 37 games. 38. We were 31-7. I played 38 games in college, y'all. That shit was hard. Hard. Because I averaged like 36 minutes a game. Anybody know college? It ain't but 40 minutes a game, y'all. I ain't come out. I like 35.8. That shit was hard, though. And I'm thinking, man, in the league, I got to play 3 times as many games if we make the playoffs? What? Now you see why so many people that look great in college can't make it in the league. But then these dudes come in and run ruckshot over the league. Now you play 82 games. And if you were 7th, 8th seed, guess what? You still got to go reprove yourself to 2 teams that didn't get it done during the regular season. See, that was the 82 games was for. This is why I was against the play-in. Now, I will have to be honest, for the goal that they wanted it to do, it's worked. But I still is against it because if I'm a player and I done played 82 hard damn games and I beat you, I beat your team, why do I got to go prove that to you again? See, what they're saying to you is if you're a 7th or 8th seed, you're irrelevant anyway. That's what they're saying. You have zero chance. Now, it's amazing how many 7, 8 seeds, though, because everybody's getting hurt. And a lot of these teams that should be 3 or 4 or 5 seeds or first seeds because their players are hurt end up being 7, 8 seeds, right? Right? End up being 7, 8 seeds, and now they're in the NBA Finals. Last year, you had a 7 seed make it to the Western Conference Final. You had an 8 seed make it to the NBA Finals. Explain that. Explain it. This is like commonplace now. You see what I'm saying? This entertainment, y'all. This ain't real basketball. This is entertainment. Just say that, though. Gilbert, I am not hating on what you're doing. I understand what you're doing. Don't try to present yourself, though, like you're a basketball aficionado and all these people out here trying to present you like, you just know basketball on such a great level. No, you don't, bro. You selling a product to these people, but you ain't talking real basketball. To sit here and say everybody drafted before the 90s was janitors, bro, stop it, bro. Stop it. You're the janitor. I mean, shit, what the hell? You're the janitor. Well, what's Gilbert doing? You on a podcast. It's not like they got you up here on ESPN or Fox Sports 1 or, they're not presenting you as a representation of the league. You got to get online just like we do and let people listen to that retarded rhetoric that you got. Janitors. I bet them janitors would have dropped your little ass off too. I bet they would have. They would have dropped. Now you can score, but they would have had a much more success because those guys believe in playing defense.
You could imagine Alvin Robinson guarding Gilbert.
Yeah, it'd have been physical. It'd have been because Gilbert was a physical guard. Gilbert was a physical guard. He had a bag. I can't take it from Gilbert. But them guys would have got him. They would have got
Robinson, them guys
would have got him, bro.
Them guys.
See, Kareem, I'm glad you said that. That's another thing they do. Because teams were structured like teams back then, they would have one star, maybe one other all-star with them. The max you was having was 2 stars on the team. That was it. So imagine if you got 10 other players and they just fitting the role of the team to match with the stars. They were what you're going to call no-namers to you. You don't have name recognition with them. Now, because the 8th man on the team is making $30 million, he's popular. The dude that's he's not the first, he's not the second, he's the 3rd guy getting off the bench. He's making $30 million.
Look at Duncan Robinson. Like, come on.
You understand what I'm saying? He's making $15 million, $18 million. But bro, what I'm saying is these names become more popular to you because of what's going on in the way they're doing business today. Back then, those guys were all what you call just no-name guys, but guys that knew the game and watched it. We know these dudes. We know what kind of players they were. We do. And some of them guys could have been number 2s or number 3s. They could have been. But they sacrificed their game to fit the mold so they can win championships and get that type of notoriety and publicity. And that's what they did. It was different. It was different, man. It was different. It was different.
Yeah, that's true. And the thing about it, man, like you said, they have this skill set right now, but the IQ is nowhere near the IQ back then.
That's the biggest thing I know with the game today. These players are not smart really at all. They don't have a bunch of high IQ players playing in the NBA right now. They don't, because it's all skill based. Get the ball. Most of these dudes, to me, dribble the ball way too much. Most of them. Most of the stars have to take way too many dribbles to get their shots off. Go back and look at all those. Now, guys like Jordan, he can do what the hell he wanted to do. Allen Iverson can do what the hell he wanted to do. But that wasn't the league, though, y'all. You had selected individuals that were that talented to do that with the ball. But the majority, I mean, that was a very small percentage of the league that could do that. The whole league, just go team by team and name the best player, the second best on the team. More than I guarantee you, 80% of them dribble the ball too much.
But
they can because you can't play defense on them.
But the thing that killed me, he said they talk about Dennis Rodman. He's 6'7" and 210. Let's get to. He said who he's guarding right now. They'd be like, "Get
Everybody.
out of here, little dude."
Everybody.
He said they'd be like throwing him away. I'm like, "Are you sick?"
See,
He said
again,
Dennis Rodman. Number one, he got his size. Dennis Rodman's bigger than 210. A lot of times back then, the difference between now and then, when you was in school or wherever you got drafted at, that was your weight or whatever. That just it stuck you to the whole.
They didn't change it. They never changed it.
If you think Dennis Rodman I'm 200. If you can look at me, you think Dennis Rodman was, and he's 6'7". Like, come on, look his legs, his back. It's like he sat there and said they'd be moving him. He too little. Like who Dennis Rodman guard?
Hey,
like when they say that Dennis Rodman's guard Shaq. Shaq couldn't even back him down.
Hey, Kareem,
Shaq had to sit there and go like to do a jump hooks.
I'm glad you brought Dennis up because I got to watch Dennis practice a lot because I worked at the Palace and the college I went to, we had access and stuff. I watched Dennis. There was nobody in the league that could dominate the post on Dennis Rodman. His understanding of the games, the angles and the inches that he played with, the low center base he had with his hips and thighs, and the way he could brace you, like what's his name does today. Play for the Clippers now. The little dude, play for 6'5", old man, play for the Clippers. Just got traded there from Philly. You know, I'll be forgetting their names. He does the same stuff.
Martin?
No, the old guy.
PJ Tucker.
Tucker does the same thing. He uses his leverage and his strength. I'm looking at 7'2" guys, 7'1" guys, because the centers back then were all 7 foot. They were all 7 foot. One of those 16 guys. You were power forward at 6'10". All centers were 7. No center in the league. I'm talking Shaq. I'm talking Lonzo Mourning. I'm talking Patrick Ewing. I'm talking Hakeem Olajuwon. None of them would over, like you see how Jokic just backs everybody down. Nobody can stop him. That never happened with Dennis Rodman on any player. He would put that arm here, which was legal, as long as you don't extend. He'd put that arm there, and you couldn't move him. He would be like this. You know, you standing up. He'd be like this, y'all. You would be a brace. You couldn't move that dude. And he was so smart, so strong. He would get in your head, play the games with you. His hands were ultra quick. And like the book of hands was like freaking concrete, bro. It was like granite. So when he ripped for that ball, believe you me, you let it go or lost a finger. None of these dudes in the league back then. And you telling me these centers that are 6'9", 6'10", they are 210 pounds. So none of these dudes. Rodman would have destroyed this league defensively.
Guys, like, come on, are you serious, Gil? You think guys
Pippen would have destroyed this league defensively.
Like, stop. You think he would have been able to back Gil? He crazy. Like,
I guarantee you this. Dennis Rodman would have given
Scottie Pippen. Dennis Rodman would have been destroyed. How?
Rodman would have given Jokic fits. He'd have been, and Jokic is probably one of the smartest players in the game today. Jokic has a serious high IQ.
Yes.
Just like the players of old. But Sabonis remember Sabonis' dad? The guy Sabonis playing now, his dad played Arvidas. Super smart. He was really like Jokic before Jokic. Go back and look, y'all. He was Jokic before Jokic. He was the same big dude, doing the same stuff, dropping threes on you. You couldn't stop that dude. Dennis Rodman could, though. Dennis Rodman could. He didn't dominate Dennis Rodman.
He dominated him.
Then they had another big center in Kevin Duckworth. Remember Kevin Duckworth, bro? Look at 7'1", 350. Man, come on, bro. Come on. And Dennis destroyed these dudes.
Yeah,
Dennis was defensive player of the year. Not only was he defensive player of the year, not only was he defensive player of the year, he led the league in rebounding all these years. How many years did he lead in a row? Like 4 or 5 years in a row? Yes. He led the league in rebounding? Yes. Bro, stop it. And you telling me the juggernauts he played against then, he would do better against these guys? He wouldn't. Man, he did. Dennis Rodman would probably average 25 rebounds in this league.
Bill and Ben super strong.
Man, all these dudes was. I watched him go up against Sally. Sally. Think about Detroit's team though. He had James, the one dude, James.
Buda Edwards.
Yeah, James Edwards. He had Sally. He had Lambeer. He had Mahorn, Rick Mahorn. Man, come on, bro. Come on, man, stop. Rodman would have destroyed this league. See, you say dumb stuff because that sounds good. Why? These guys is listening. Guess what? They know nothing about Dennis Rodman. They'll look and say, "Hey, hold on, this dude averaged 7 points. What are we talking about?" That's what they'll say, and they'll forget the fact
because he but he don't. What killed me? You a player, Gil. If you watch the game, you clearly can see he was no little dude. Like if he was 6'7", think about 6'7". If he was 6'7", 210, he would be looking like Chet Holmgren and Wimpy and one of them. Rodman was strong. So how can you even think that? He like, yo, they'd be getting killed in today's NBA. They too little.
Said, I'm not even gonna. Hey, the one brother in there said that Rodman was accused. Alonzo Mourning accused him of rubbing his thing on folk. Hey, back then the game was mental. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'll deny it. I don't know that for a fact. But guys did crazy stuff to get in your head back then. You had to know it was just crazy stuff. Now, what you could do is say, look, ref, this dude doing this. And then the refs would see it, and then they would look, bro, do it again, you out. You know what I mean? You could bring it up. But guys did do crazy stuff to get in people's head. That's just part of like when Kevin Durant crossed the line. I mean, Kevin Garnett crossed the line with Melo. See, that let me know guys are weak too. That let me know guys are weak too, bro. Yeah. You ain't never coming to me saying nothing to me in my ear like that, bro.
Never.
You ain't never saying nothing like that to me, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Even because in that case, people say it was true. I don't care even if it was true.
They got audio.
That's what happened. You better keep it there. You ain't coming to me. But guys know who they can come to with that stuff and guys that can't. Draymond knows the guys that he can get away with that type of stuff with and the guys that's going to fire off and blow the whole side of his eye. See, I grew up with them Flint Saginaw dudes. You see what I'm saying? I grew up in that. I played ball. When I played pro ball, that's where I was playing it at, in that area. So I know their mental mindset. They're a little bit rougher than some of them New York cats. Because like I said, the cats I met in New York, they'll pop you. They will do that. They'll pull that trigger, but they ain't knuckling up. I ain't meet a lot of guys, unless they were just boxers. They wasn't knuckling up. Them dudes in Flint and Saginaw, they'll knuckle up. But boy, once you clock them boogers, man, it's you see what I'm saying? And see, Draymond's that tight. If he can intimidate you, he ready. But once you get him good, you see what I'm saying? And I ain't gotta sneak you. I ain't gonna sneak you. Once I hit you good, you ain't really gonna want to go through this whole thing. Now you're gonna want to make excuses.
You got guys. You know how strong Buck Williams was. He's a power.
Yeah, Buck. Oh my God.
Buck Williams.
Now see, these ain't big names. Kareem. Hey, Kareem.
Lucas, Larry, Mr. Bean Smith.
This is what I'm saying. Hey, Kareem. This is what I'm saying though. Like a Buck Williams. Like a Buck Williams never made because I'm gonna compare him to another player that's kind of on his level. Actually, Buck is better than him, but I'm gonna compare him to him. Like the guy for Philly right now, Tobias Harris. See, he never made the money Tobias made. They're really on the same level type of players for your team, but he never even came close to making that money Tobias. But because Tobias making max money, y'all gonna put him out there, and everybody gonna know who Tobias is because he's making $38 million. And see that name recognition, Tobias Harris is not a scrub. But you go back and talk about Buck Williams. Oh, Buck Williams sucked. He didn't have a jump shot. Think about this. I heard the one time, I think I did hear him say, was it Gilbert that said that Clyde Drexel couldn't go left? Is that what
Gilbert always teased Clyde Drexel. He go like this.
Bro, that is one of the most ignorant things. That's like saying James Harden can't go right. Can James Harden go right? Now, if you tell me no, tell me who can stop him then. The man could go, this is the thing, the man could go left, but why go left most of the time when you don't have to? Guys can't stop him from going right. So why am I do it? Kareem Skyhook was mostly to the right, wasn't it not? Over that, boom, to the right hand. That's what it was. If you ain't gonna stop it, why not do it every time? So don't say he can't do something. He just never has to because his skill level is so high. Sean Kipper guy I played against in high school.
Otis Thorpe. No guys.
Man, come on, man. That's what I'm saying. These dudes, man, you didn't play against these dudes. You didn't know the level of these dudes. These dudes were very, very Hot Rod Williams, man. I'm looking at these names, man. These dudes were very, very, very good basketball players. And guess what?
Frank Lukowski.
It would. They fit.
Kurt Rambis. Kurt Rambis.
Hey, Kareem, they fulfilled their role. See, you had teams back then. That's why you think Denver winning, y'all. Denver has a team. It has the most team. The better your team, it fits the mode of your team. They have one superstar, one all-star level guy, and the rest are role players. That's why they're the world champs. What happened with the Lakers back then? They had one superstar, another star. Everybody else was role players when they won. That's why you win. This 3-star thing, who wins with that? They don't win with that. You don't win with that.
No, I'm not talking about wrestling. I'm just saying the physicality of these guys. These guys, for him to sit there and Rodman was elite. For him to sit there and say, these guys, I'm going back to Gilbert. He's like, fuck out of here. You know how you talk, fuck out of here. These guys too little. They'll be like moving them out the way. I'm saying that. I'm just talking about, he's saying them guys.
I don't think these guys can move Rodman today.
No, they definitely can't move him.
I don't think they can do it today. And Rodman probably almost 60. I don't think y'all can move that booker today.
Yo,
man, Rodman. Rodman was, bro, he was so smart. He was so smart. Guys today, man, a lot of guys made the league because they were very intelligent, very basketball-wise intelligent, and they knew how to fit a mold and help their team win. They come in and do exactly what that team need. No extra, no nothing. People get mad at Steve Kerr, but guess what? Steve Kerr, he was a bona fide scorer. Was he player of the year at Arizona? I think he was, wasn't he? Steve Kerr was like a bona fide scorer, y'all. He come to the NBA and they say, no, bro, you small, you're not physical, you ain't fast, really, but guess what you can do? You can shoot. So get out here and shoot threes. When we need you, knock it down. Be ready. And he was, and he won all those chips and got a name for himself. But see, Steve Kerr is a name. A guy like that today, back then, you say this book is a plumber. You call Steve Kerr, and he went to your college. He went to Arizona where you went. Yeah. You followed in his footsteps, Gilbert. Yeah. I guarantee you, when you saw the records at Arizona, they were his, not yours. But you would say he was a scrub. You would say he was a janitor. You would call Steve Kerr a janitor.
Exactly. Man, you know, he disrespected what's his name too.
I agree, most. You should have to wrestle to get a rebound.
But he's right. But today's NBA, you watch it today.
Nothing. No blocking out. No touching.
They do no boxing out. You don't see none of this. No physical. They run for the rebound. Everybody get rebounds now. You look at guys, you be like, come on, they wouldn't even get. You see guys now, you'll see 2 guard with 10, 12 rebounds. Like guys don't go for the rebounds.
No.
They be just like this. They sit there and look at it. They don't go at it back then. You see all this. Like the rebounds is the center and the power forward. The little guys ain't getting no rebounds like that. You crazy?
No. And they get an elbow. They get elbow. They get that ball and come down on top of your head. And they used to do this. They squeeze that ball like this and turn. Man, you get knocked out. They don't let you do that no more. Again, I'm not tripping that they took some of the physicality out of the game. Again, it got to a point where it got bad for the league. So I have no problem with you curbing it. I have a problem with you taking it totally out. When you made the league totally offensive, you not only screwed the whole league, you screwed the record books. Yeah. You screwed the record books. Because you got guys out here scoring points that the way the league was designed, they shouldn't be scoring that kind of points.
They shouldn't be scoring no points. Like,
no, they shouldn't be scoring that kind of points.
He's not no legitimately no 15-point scorer a game. He's not.
Who?
No, I said you can just look at some of these guys. You be like, he's not no 15-point scorer a game. But in today's NBA, he's scoring 15. He's more like a 6-point a game guy.
Yeah, and the league never had an issue with pace because don't act like the pace today is faster than the 80s because it ain't. They scored. They got up and down in the 80s, bro. But guess what? Most of the time when you got to the playoffs, guess what happened? That game slowed down and them scores come down because you got to get stops. You got to play defense. It's still that way today to a certain degree. People just don't care as much. The novice today, and I call y'all novice because y'all not real true basketball fans, y'all don't even care who wins. All you care about is the analytics, the numbers, and the stats. That's what that's why you can say a guy like Jokic is the best center of all time before he even won any kind of championships. Oh, when you look at his skill set and his PRN and all blah. Book ain't won, bro. What are you talking about? None of that matters. He got to win the game. I thought you played to win the game. Ain't that what the football Jets football coach said?
Herm Edwards.
You play to win, I thought. Today it's not. You play for clicks. You play for views. You play for follows. You play to get all that money. And you make your opinions based around that so that you keep your customer base. See, what we talk about, people don't want to come hear that because they don't want to be educated on the game so that it makes more sense to them. They just want to be entertained. And I don't have a problem with that. Go get entertained.
Like you said,
don't come in here and argue though like you know basketball when you haven't spent no time truly studying the game. And some of you dudes that actually study the game, you studying with a skewed eye. You studying to find flaws that you consider a flaw and don't understand that the game was just played at a different level back then. I don't look at guys in the 50s and 60s and expect them to play like guys that played in the 70s and 80s. And I don't look at guys in the 70s and 80s and expect them to play like the guys that played in 2010 and 2020. I don't. But I can manage the difference. I can see at the level they at. Like some of this stuff, they like some of the most disrespectful stuff. Bird was not good. John Stockton wasn't good. Just see things like that, bro. All that stuff. But this is the thing. These novices that's never played, you will never, ever get an NBA player that's played on any real level to say that about John Stockton.
That's the thing. You'll never get it.
Yeah. Now you may get some guy like Gilbert to get clicks come in and disrespect them dudes. Because if I'm not mistaken, Stockton was a 90s or 80s player too. So you said Stockton? Yeah. You said Stockton was a janitor? He's a janitor? You saying you would have gave Stockton the business? Well, why didn't all them other great guards then give him the business? Huh? Because Stockton was gutty. He was much stronger. And he was a clutch shooter.
As an ox.
Yeah, he's a clutch shooter too.
Strong
and could get a pass between a camel's eye. So again,
and his hands are so strong. He's stealing it. Gilbert, way back, Stockton, his legs. You see Stockton legs?
Yeah,
Stockton
I know.
is physically strong.
The disrespect.
Him down.
The disrespect.
He's stealing that.
The disrespect.
He's not better than no Stockton.
The disrespect of those that paved the way for you is what got you in the position that you're in now. If you had more honor and more respect for what guys did so that you had the opportunity you had, people would probably respect you. See, people, the reason Gilbert's not on those higher levels, they don't respect him. I'm talking about ESPN's, the Fox Sports Ones, the NBA. They don't respect him. They don't want to look at somebody like that and say, I need you out here representing the NBA with the way you think. They don't want that.
With the Wizards. He's been with the Wizards. He was the face of the Wizards.
Bro, no.
He did a job with the Wizards.
They still do not want you out there representing them when you think and say stuff just for clicks and views.
And the thing that bothers me with Gilbert, like I said, I like Gilbert. It's not no hate towards him.
No, I don't hate the bro.
The things that bother me with Gilbert, you don't need to do it.
You don't.
That's the thing that, you don't need to do it. You've been in the NBA. You Hibachi, use that guy. Then you got other guys on your show. You don't. If I don't need to do it, and I'm nowhere near, I don't troll for nothing in the world. Mail to compare, I get my little views, whatever. You don't need to do it. Some people do that to try to because
if he really believes a lot of that stuff he's saying, it just goes to show what I said about him earlier. Like, he was never viewed as one of these high IQ players. Yes. He had an offense. Well, Gilbert Arenas was hibachi. You ever been and got hibachi cooked for sizzle? He'd get in there, sizzle that stuff up, score, and get out. That's all he was good for. Vinnie Johnson was the same thing. That's why they call him the microwave. He got in the game. He scored instantly. He came off the bench. Again, the nickname fits you. So, again, you were great at what you did, but you weren't like a great player in the league. You know what I mean? Because you didn't do enough. You never won. You never led your teams anywhere great. You didn't play defense. You didn't really play make. You know what I'm saying? It's just he was what he was. But if you come in and you starting to diss and disrespect the people that paved the way for you, those guys in the 80s made it possible for you to do what you did in the 2000s. And you want to look at them and call them janitors just because people will laugh and give clicks, bro? Because I promise you this, one of them real ones, you wouldn't say it to their face. You ain't that dude. You another one of them New York dudes. You just want to, you know what I'm saying? That's it. You ain't trying to throw them hands with them dudes. Because that's what, and we say this, people, you want to fight. No. Certain words, y'all,
that's the
in our ear was fighting words.
They
was a fight. If a man came up and called you the B word, that literally meant he wants to fight you. That's what it meant. He wants to. Now today, we just throw words out with no repercussions. We throw words out with no accountability today. They don't mean nothing. I just was talking. What that mean though? See, it's just different, y'all. And that's all I'm trying to say. It's different. If y'all just want to be entertained, I got no problem with y'all being entertained. Go get entertained. That's why I don't watch basketball like I do. It's not as entertaining.
It's not.
It's just not. So I can't sit down like Kobe. I watched. I don't think I missed one game of his career. I don't. I think I watched every game of his career, bro. I did. Magic, I can't say that because I was really small. But the reason I'm a Laker fan is because of Magic.
You couldn't watch every Laker.
Yeah, and they didn't have every game on there. But every time I got a chance to watch Magic when I was young, I did. But then, Magic was during my high school years when he was really getting in the late 80s. Oh, boy, I watched all of it. Then Jordan, I got a chance to watch almost his whole career. You see what I'm saying? LeBron, we've watched his whole career. So these dudes, man, I'm telling you, it's sad because I don't know. Like, again, it has to be strictly for the business side because I don't know how you could have played in the NBA and think that the guys in the 80s were janitors.
How?
There's no way. There's no way you could have made the league and think that the guys in the 80s that paved the way for you, all the great players that were playing 82 games a year, 35, 40 minutes a game, some of these dudes paved the way so that the TV and the marketing and the world could see the game so that you could get more money. And the way you say thanks to them is y'all were janitors. Y'all were janitors. Well, what the hell were you then? If Stockton was a janitor, because you said anybody drafted before the 90s, somebody look up when Stockton got drafted. I think it was in the mid-80s.
83.
So you telling me John Stockton, Michael Jordan, Akeem Olajuwon, all these dudes was janitors? They janitors? They janitors.
Drexler.
They janitors, bro. Think about what you're saying. But that's just for clicks. That's just for clicks. Now, one of them dudes walk up to you, even though they're in their 60s or late 50s, and they'll walk up to you and say, so we janitors, huh? I bet you'll smooth it over then. You'll smooth it over then.
But you heard that what Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, and he was scared like a mug.
I give Gilbert credit. He admitted, because he's funny though. I ain't gonna lie, Gilbert is funny.
He ain't funny to me.
I ain't gonna lie, but he said, because I thought he's like, don't you know? I was in Seattle, me and Brandon Jennings, and we came to Seattle for some type of function. And he said, this big old country boy come up to me. I'm like, who are you? He said, I didn't know he was. He said, he's Isaiah Stewart. So what's that you had to say about me? And he said, I was like, yeah, I said this. Braun would have gave you the business. Braun this, that. So he was talking. I'm like, I said but he was joking though. He said all that like it's a tough talk. Yeah, what you gonna do? And then he told the people, nah. That's what I was thinking. But what I really said was, he said, I ain't want no problem with him. He said, I ain't want no problem with that big country boy. He said, he came to me, so you said I wouldn't have said to keep the same energy. Isaiah Stewart stepped right to him. And they said his hands like that. He from upstate New York. They said his hands like that.
There's some real ones out there, but it ain't many. It ain't many real ones like that. And this is why guys speak the way they speak.
He's a bug too.
Yeah.
And they said Braun knew what it was, and then because Gilbert trying to say Braun would have hurt him.
When Braun did that,
hey, Golden Glove champion.
Hey, when he did that, he instantly went because he knew, like, oh man, like he didn't try to purposely, but when he did it, he knew instantly, man, I screwed up. Like he didn't even know who it was. He was like, so something like that, I'm not flipping on. When a guy does an accidental thing and I can see instantly, well, my bad, bro, my bad. And Braun did this. I ain't really tripping. And I done had my head split. I mean, I still got scars. These are basketball scars you see on my head and stuff. That I got my head hit, got my ear busted. You know what I mean? Guy elbowed me one time coming down, with a rebound. He wasn't doing it on purpose. He was trying to clear and get the outlet pass to his guard. And when he did like this, that elbow, bow, just hit me in the side of the ear. And I was like, you're like, oh, shoot. I thought I was going to fall out, bro. He hit me hard. I was like, God. But I didn't get mad at him because I realized he didn't do that maliciously. He didn't do it maliciously. He was just making a basketball play. So I didn't really trip on that. you know, but it's certain times guys have hit me and we fighting, you know, because back then we fought. So you grazed me in the wrong area, bro. I'm just grabbing you and we fighting. You know what I'm saying? And we threw bolos back then. I mean, you go look at, we fought, bro. We like closed fist, punch people, man. It just, again, certain things you just, as a man, you just don't cross the line. We're playing basketball. We can be physical. Don't get dirty. Like, here's a dirty move. I'm boxing you out. I didn't hit you in the chest. Most guys don't care about that. Guess what they get mad about? When I hit you in the chest and I'm here, then I raise it up like this. That's when they want to get mad. Because look, you trying to make me bite my tongue off or something? You see what I'm saying? That shit don't fly. You see what I'm saying? It's little stuff like that don't fly. So a guy do that, he getting pushed down to the ground. Then I'm coming trying to kick. You see what I'm saying? That's how it used to be back then. Don't do dirty stuff. Play hard and play physical. Even a hard foul. There's plenty of times guy come through that lane. I already know I can't block your shot, but I'm finna take all strength I got, go as hard as I can at you and go straight up, right? I'm gonna impact, bro, and I'm gonna send your little tail flying. You go, man, get up. Yeah, get up. Foul, nigga. So what? You see what I'm saying? It's a foul. But I didn't like hammer you over the head. I didn't swipe at you and hit you in the back. You know what I'm saying? I use my strength to knock you to the ground because I don't want you in this paint. See, big men all used to tell little guys that. Come your ass in this paint.
Oh, yeah.
You come in the painted area, you taking the blow. Oh, this is for us alone. We would tell Blue, this for, no, I ain't big man as a guard. This is for us, though. Don't come in this paint. And guards would still get in there. And guess what? Look at Ivory. Look how many times he got knocked down. Jordan didn't cry about getting hit. His team did. He knew every time I come in there, I'm finna get slapped. I'm finna get hit. Guards don't belong in the paint. That's for us big men. That's what they used to say back in the day. Which I was a guard. I came in there anyways. I like the contact. So I like the contact. Yeah. But this stuff is all clicks, man. These dudes is clicks. So, and again, if that's it, just say that. No one, it ain't going to stop people from supporting you. It ain't going to turn them off. They're going to probably support you even more. So I think a lot of the old guys are jealous of the new money. And it's a simple thing. Hey, you know what, Easy 06? I can agree with that. Because, like, I do hear a lot of the old NBA guys kind of hate sometimes in their speech. I can't cap on that. I have heard a bunch of them start talking about the level of money that the guys make. And most of them justify it by talking about how, you know, what was required of them to make the high level money they made. It ain't required of them. I think I guess I'd have to agree with that. I think there is a level of a lack of respect. I don't necessarily know jealousy. They don't respect it because it's like I had to work my ass off to get that high pay. And they feel, you just get it for doing nothing.
Then that's what they feel the guys don't respect the guys.
They don't respect the game enough to earn that. Yeah.
Don't respect the game as much as far as the working out, the way they play, they give up. Like Harden straight quit and like it's nothing. People keep making talk about he quit on the.
He on his third max deal.
He did that in the Miami series the year before.
Yeah,
like he just be quitting. It's like all right, and he don't like it's crazy. So
yeah. I do have to agree with that though. I do hear it in their voice, like they resent the fact that these guys are making it. I actually think a lot of them would have more respect for them if these guys played. That's the number one problem the old schoolers have with the new schoolers. They don't fight through shit. They can't stay healthy. You think about this. Anthony Davis is making $45 million a year. Bro, that motor, that in and out, bro, the old schoolers, I see why they come at Anthony's head. I do. Well, what they had to get to be the top player, people forget. All them years they was winning them championships. Michael Jordan wasn't even the highest paid player on the team. Remember them first years, he was only making $6 million.
Never until the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's when they gave him the $25, $30 million contract.
30 back to back.
30 back to back. And he had, and again, that had to be a loophole type of thing. It was a lot of that going on. He made his money outside of through Nike advertisement. He made his money outside of that. Jordan understood if I demand the money from the Bulls, guess what? I can't get the team that's going to help me win. Me winning is going to do more for me down the road than not. See, these guys, all they care about is right now. They're not looking at the big picture. Y'all don't know how Jordan became a billionaire. It started when he was making $6 million a year winning chips for the what's the name? He wouldn't be as popular if he didn't have 6 championships, y'all. He wouldn't be as popular if he had all these scoring titles. He wouldn't be as popular if he didn't have Rodman, Harper, Scotty to do all the dirty work on the defensive end and let him roam, which was a specialty of his. Jordan was a great one-on-one defender, but he was an even better team defender. So when you had them guys taking out the best players and letting Jordan roam around, oh man, it was havoc. It was so hard to score on the Bulls, bro. Everybody on the team was a great defender. Even to the center, what was his old dude name? That boy could play Cartwright. That boy could play defense. Horace Grant could play defense, bro.
Randy Brown played great defense.
Bro, everybody else, unless you was a specialty three-point shooter, everybody else on the team had to play defense. And the Bulls had elite defenders that let Jordan do what he was best at, which was roaming. See, like to me, the Lakers should be like that now. Because to me, LeBron, first off, he's too old to be trying to play that kind of defense, which he never had it like that. But he was a good defender at one time, but he never had it like that. But he's very good at team defense. He's very good at roaming around. Get him 4 solid defenders out there. Let's see what he can do then. Let's see what he can do. The man's still great at 38 years old. Man, jumping to the top of the backboard, outrunning these young dudes. So teams fit around your stars. The players on the team will contribute. I mean, their what's the word I'm looking for? Their skill set would complement. That's what I'm looking for. The stars. Today we just put a bunch of talent together and tell the coach, go out there and figure it out. And then when the coach loses 2 games, guess what? The fan base want him fired. The fan base think it was a bad decision. The GM is questioning his decision. Bro, it's crazy. It's stupid. There you go. You had a big bruising center to guard the big bruising centers. And all this long – people think that this darn positionless basketball just started. Bro, the Bulls, you had Harper, 6'5", Jordan, 6'6", Pippen, 6'9", Horace Grant, 6'10", Cartwright, 7'1". Stop it. Same thing. I go up to the 2000s with Kobe and them. Look at that team they used to have. Brian Shaw, 6'5", Kobe Bryant, 6'6", 6'7", Rick Fox, 6'8", Robert Horry, whoever you want to put in there, 6'10", Shaq, 7'1", 7'2". This didn't just start now. And look at the skill level of those guys. Brian Shaw, big guard, 6'5" point guard back then. Thick body. You wasn't boloing him for nothing. Thick body. Man, y'all think the game is – no. These guys got skills. Don't get me wrong. They don't have the IQ, though. And they don't have the drive and the passion. They don't have that sense of competitiveness. And this is why what it used to be.
But like
this
you
is
said,
the league is not as attractive. And they got to do the gimmicks. This is why they got to have the in-season tournament now. And put these crazy colored courts out here to invite. And again, it's just extra stuff to gamble on.
Yeah.
It's extra stuff to gamble. You can't wait to see these courts on a 2K basketball play game. That's what you're waiting on. It's the same thing, bro. The gimmick's going to run out, though. The gimmick's going to run out.
They said the difference is they said guys now be having like cell phones by their bench. They said the first thing guys do when the game over, they said the first thing guys do, run to their locker and grab their phones.
Yep.
That's the first thing they do. They on their phones. They not even. It could be a dramatic loss. Guys is on their phone. After they get their phone, they get dressed and they out. They going out. They hanging out. They ain't watching basketball.
They're not calling their wives. They're looking at their social media.
Looking at their social media. They looking.
And some of them boogers looking at their gambling sites. What they done gamble shit.
Yeah.
No, but they looking at see how much money they made. I'm just keeping it a buck, y'all.
Now you're keeping it a buck because, like you said, the thing is, it's about a brand. Like you said, it's not about the team. It's about themselves, a brand. And they all got this thing. They looking at and seeing now. Now everybody like thinking now, I'm gonna try to get $1 billion. Like that's
hey Dejan, I will, brother Dejan. I agree with you. The in-season tournament has been competitive. I think it's a gimmick though, and why though? Man, $500,000. I don't care how much money you got. That's a lot of bread, bro. Man, think about it. If you second, you get 250, right? Yeah, I think the winning team get 500, the losing team get 250. That ain't no chump change, bro.
You can imagine guys who only getting the minimum. You think
Bro.
you think guys you think guys like what's the name of them don't want that Cam Reddish and even a rookie the rookie
Imagine a 500,
Max Christie in them. You
a
think
half,
500,000?
a $500,000 bonus, bro. I don't care how much you're making. That'll definitely put some fire upon you. And again, it's business oriented. These guys are motivated by this type of stuff. They are. They're motivated by it. So I'm not saying that the gimmicks ain't working. I'm just saying they're gonna run out one day. I'm not saying because think about this though, my brother that said that because he told the truth. It is. I think the games have been competitive. But if I'm paying you $50 million, why I gotta give you an extra $500,000 to compete in a regular season game? Think about it. These are regular season games, y'all. These are regular season games that these guys have to be motivated to play in. That's why the old school don't have respect for them because it's like, bro, that came with the contract. When you gave me $10 million, that was for 82 games. So I was motivated to play the 82 because you gave me the 10. Now I'm getting 50 and 60 and 40 and 35. But I ain't motivated. I don't want to play. Give me 60 games. See, this is why they can't respect these.
Yeah, they asked for 60 games.
They want 60 games. They want to cut 22 games. You know how that would skew history? Just from the record books, y'all. Now, because from the beginning of time, it only had 8 teams. Guess what? 8 teams play 82 games, y'all. You got tired of playing them dudes. 8 teams, 82 games. They've always played it. This generation is so spoiled, so jacked up, they don't even want to compete to the point where they say, look, I still want my 60 mil. And I want it guaranteed for 5 years. So I want my $300 million, but I really only want to play 60 games.
Yo, you know, I heard, and this is what y'all know, I know people, right? They said, and everybody, they said they saw right away. They said LeBron was co-signing saying like the 60 games, it would bring better basketball, is this, is that. They said, man, get out of here, because he don't want nobody to break no records. Because if it's 60 games, his record's going to be safe. They knew right away. They said, oh, they see what he was trying to do. Because he was trying to make a point, because you can be here, they were trying to make a point and saying 60 games will be good. So LeBron ended his career. So if they do 60 games, he don't give a shit.
No, because he'll be in record books forever.
He'll be in record books
need more than 60 games to beat him. Because think about it, if you take a season to 60, them guys ain't gonna play but 45.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna play all 60. It's just bad. And back then, those guys were Iron Men. Those guys.
I didn't think of that's when I heard LeBron Rich Paul and them, they talked about how the body and this and that, you know, the wear and tear doing and all this, experiment that because his records would not be touched. Because now you can eat the way the NBA going now, these guys coming
in. They're gonna blow his records out the water.
These records now, how these guys scoring in today's.
Hey, Kareem, remember that time I came on? I was talking that they was mad. Then I showed them bookers with Trae Young, and then I showed them bookers. I'm like, bro, they on a record to destroy these records, bro.
Yeah.
On a pace to destroy. Yeah. Oh, he ain't gonna play 20. I said, you know what? You didn't know LeBron was gonna play 21 years either.
Yeah.
You had no idea. Now you LeBron tards to think he gonna play 50. But again, nobody knew how long he was gonna play. We didn't know. We didn't know how long he was gonna play. I didn't know Kobe was gonna play 20 years. I didn't. So, bro, I'm telling you.
Yeah, LeBron definitely smart calculator.
These guys, and think about it. The game is going more to entertainment. So, man, it's going to end up being all-star games here soon. Watch. Give it about 7, 8, 10 years. You're going to be watching all-star games because all the best players are going to want to play on the same teams together. And it's going to be like watching an all-star game because folks will be like, I don't need to play no defense, man. If we end at the end of the game, we'll try to win. If not, we'll get blown out. No problem. It's going to be watching all-star games, and they're going to be doing crazy stuff just to entertain. It's going to be like watching the Harlem Globetrotters here in a minute. Because there ain't no defense playing the Harlem Globetrotters.
East and West back because there's a lot of pushbacks. They said they were doing too much. They want to bring the East and West, all that.
They think that's going to bring more competition. Because, see, the what's-the-name game has zero competition. So it's not entertaining at all. And think about it. The league spent a lot of money on All-Star Weekend. Yeah. And they realize now they're just wasting money because fans don't give two flips about it.
The All-Star is garbage.
They don't give two flips about it, bro. Because it ain't competitive. It ain't competitive at all. It ain't competitive at all. And that's sad that now you see guys back then had pride to make the All-Star team. That's why they played hard. Now this year, it's nothing. Nobody cares. And guys don't play hard. And nobody cares. Nobody want to watch the All-Star weekend.
Now you're erasing history because before you could count West and East. West won this many in history. East won this many games. Now you can't do it because the last few years was Team LeBron versus Team
KD,
Curry,
yeah, or Giannis. Yeah.
Giannis. Like it always was Team LeBron. LeBron always had his own team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always Team LeBron versus Team whoever, and that took away from East and West. So now it just killed everything. It killed the record books with that. Like how many they go back? How many?
Hey, go night. If they would have donated that money, like say, hey, each team that will donate $500 in your name, the players won't be playing as hard. They're selfish. they just keep it a buck. They would not be playing as hard if they told them we're going to donate $500,000 to your favorite charity in your name, and you get to write that off, tax write off. They'd be like, hell no. Even though that's a huge tax write off, no, they want that bread. That's what's motivating them dudes. And I think it's sad when they're making the kind of money they're already making. Why do you have to be motivated to do your job? You're getting paid to play 82 games. And now I have to give you an extra $500,000 just to motivate you to play regular season. Y'all do understand these ain't extra games they're playing, y'all.
Yeah, it's not
to justify the money. They're playing regular season games and getting extra money for it.
Yeah,
man, come on.
Extra games.
Come on, man. Come on. It's just sad. And it'll bring some level of excitement because, again, there's no level of competition in the game anyway. There ain't no competition. So, yeah, you're going to get excited to see them actually compete. But why do I have to bribe millionaires to do their jobs? There's supposed to be a certain drive under a guy that's a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to think differently when you come into – I just remember, man, as my salary increased, man, I thought different. I did. I thought different. I didn't spend. I mean, one thing about me, I had a budget, right? When my income went from here to you know what I'm saying? I had that same budget. You know what I'm saying? I didn't need nothing, bro. I was good. But boy, did I take care of a lot of other folk. That's, again, what you got all this money. I mean, these dudes, you got all the houses, all the cars, it's so vain, bro. It's so vain. You can only buy so much shit. And you get all this money to do what? Give it right back to the system. That's why they give it to you, dumbasses. I'm just finna keep it a buck. Now you really finna get educated. They give it to your dumb ass because they know you're going to give it right back to them. You ain't going to turn that thing. That dollar is never going to circulate in the so-called black community. Never. Soon as they get it, they're going to give it right back to them other communities.
Them
right
Louis stores.
Right
Gucci,
back.
Louis, Gucci.
So this is why they'll have no problem giving it to you.
That's where that money going.
I bet they won't put that kind of money in my hands. I bet they won't. I bet they won't put that kind of money in my hand. Man, put 50 mil in my hand. Put 50 mil in my hand, see what happens. Watch how many people get set free. Watch how many cars we don't buy. Exactly. Nobody will be driving a Maybach. You know what? Let me stop. Somebody probably could. You know why? Because I wouldn't have no problem if somebody came to me and said, I want a new car. I got to do this with it. But, I want this Maybach. I found it, though. It's a 10-year-old Maybach, and you can get it for $35,000. Oh, yeah, you can get that. Cool. See, I ain't finna go to the student and buy the one for $300,000. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I'm too smart. See, I'm not. I drive. Like, I got a lot of cars, but like my Audi. My Audi is a 2013. People look at, oh man, that's a 13, bro. That thing 10 years old. It's got 60,000 miles on it though. Guess what? I didn't pay 90 because I looked at a new Audi today. Guess what it costs? $95,000, bro. Well, I'm gonna drive that one for 95 or that one that cost me 20 and looks the same as that one that costs 95. Because when people look, they look the same. Oh, that's a nice Audi. That's nice. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice A8. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. And guess what? It's the same type of push button system. When I look, it's the same type of. I think they use the same button on mine that they use on the new one, and you just push it and it starts. The same key fob. It ain't changed.
Name Joyner. You right. You 100% right. You 100% right. That's so true.
Said black people don't like black people. Man, again, the world has been racist forever, and they've turned blacks into the most racist people of all time. They really have. And blacks don't love each other, and they're not gonna look out for each other like that. You know what I'm saying? And this selfish mentality, and this is why they have no problem giving them, because I can't even call it real wealth, because you don't keep it. It doesn't turn into anything of value. This is why so many of these guys, like me and my guy Showtime, we be talking about this stuff because, you know, again, my background was on the I played and all, but I also did the agent thing. You know what I mean? I was on the agent side. You'd be amazed at how many of these dudes have loans on their home, loans for cars, loans for freaking furniture. And I'm like, you're a millionaire. But again, the system teaches you, well, you need a tax write-off. How about just pay the taxes? You're a millionaire. Just pay them. Just pay them. You ever thought of that? Just pay them and be done. Instead of looking for all these things that I can get that mean nothing, right? That keeps me in debt, right? Because I'm going to keep doing that. And then when the money's done, what I'm going to do then? What am I going to do then? Because I got this lifestyle and I'm going to keep trying to do it. And I go from making $20 million to making $500,000. But I want to keep the same lifestyle. Bro, it's sad, bro.
A lot of them guys, when they come, Sprewell he had a $900,000 mansion in Milwaukee, where he's from. And it got, they took his house because it wasn't paid, and he fell back on hard times.
That's
$900,000. That thing's supposed to be paid for.
And see, Kareem, my thing is, because Sprewell had a couple good contracts. He made some good money. I'm not saying he was one of the highest paid guys, but he made
over $100 million. Because the last contract he had like
see, this is what I don't understand. How do you make $100 million, but I owe on my house, and the house ain't even $1 million? It's not even $1 million. I don't. To me, that is the most. And my house, my one I'm building now, it may appraise at 6, 7. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? When I'm done with it, but it'll be paid for. So guess what? The only way they can even come is if they say, well, you owe tax money on that land that you own, which is illegal to do. But again, keep the money for you. Trying to tell me if all he had to pay was tax, he wouldn't be able to come up with that money? Yep. No matter what Sprewell was doing. But who knows what a mortgage payment is on $1 million house? It's hard to come up with that. It's hard to come up. And they say fall on hard times. That's bad planning, bro. That ain't hard times. That is horrible planning, and you've listened to the wrong people that support this system. They teach you and train you, keep putting the money that you get, and instead of turning into tangible assets, to push it right back into the system that's been robbing you all these years. That ain't what we do. See, I'd rather live way below my means and pay my stuff off than live above my means and have people looking and saying, man, because guess what? When Sprewell moved in that mansion, what were people saying? Man, I got the biggest house in Milwaukee. What they saying now, though? Can't even afford the maintenance on that thing because we're not wise, bro. And we too selfish, man. We just, and this is the thing. All the leagues have financial literacy. You can learn how to manage your money if you want. They don't want to. And this is the thing. Everybody in their corner are such yes men and yes women. They're afraid of getting cut off. So nobody really wants to step up and say, look, man, you about to make some major mistakes. Because what they want is a handout too. Go make your own. I ain't got one NBA friend, one NFL friend, one age friend. I ain't never asked them for nothing, bro. Never. That's your money. And I'm a man, I'm making it for mine. You see what I'm saying?
See, you're right. Knowledge is right. They want props before ownership, which is true. They want to look like it more than really having it.
Man.
It's important to look like it than to have it.
It's important to control it.
No, I said
you know what I'm saying? I'm going to the real. It's important.
Like I'm going with what bro said. He
right. Yeah. There you go, Atlanta. Yeah, Brooks got a $2,000 light bill a month, bro. Come on, bro. Now I can show y'all with all my properties now. I got my light bill like $1,400 a month. That's my light bill. But it ain't one house.
That's a lot of properties.
It's in a lot of different properties, bro. You see what I'm saying? But it's set up to where all I pay is that base stuff. And guess what? I'm set up if they ever decide to take the electricity away from me. Because people don't understand that's not a right. That's a privilege. That's a service they're offering to you. They don't have to give you lights. They don't have to give you water. So I'm set up. If they decide any day, I don't want to give you that no more. Cool. I got it set up for my family. We straight. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But we don't think like this because you know what? That's simple. See, the Egyptians have always looked down on the Hebrews and said, man, them boogers, they farmers. They're shepherds. They looked at us like we're lower, but we're self-sufficient. We need to be self-sufficient. This system's set up to give it to you, but take it all right back. Look at all these dudes in entertainment, music, movies, sports. Give it all to them. And you idolize them that. And you fighting your life to live like them. And all they're doing is taking it all right back. And I'm not saying don't have the good stuff. I was in Houston. We went to the what do you call the place? The outlet mall, right? One of the first stores I went into, guess what it was? It was Coach. It was Coach. I went in the Coach store. Bought my wife a Coach purse. She needed a new pocketbook. Bought her a Coach pocketbook. But guess what I spent on it? I ain't even spent $100 on it. And guess what? I didn't have to swipe a credit card to do it either. I just handed a $100 bill. You see what I'm saying? I ain't got to pay nobody down the road for it. It's the mindset of it. You can have those nice things. Do it in moderation, though. Do it to where it's yours and you ain't got to be looking down the road for it later. And I ain't against credit. I'm not against people having good credit scores and all that kind of stuff. That should be an outlet for you, though. That should be what we go to if need be. You see what I'm saying? That shouldn't be the norm for us. Work hard, learn. Most of this stuff you pay people to do, you can learn to do it your dang self.
My boy, what's the name? I appreciate you. My boy, King David in the super chat. I mean, in the Cash App, bro. Thank you, bro.
Even to me, like a guy like Gilbert, all the money he made, bro, why you got to sit on here and do this little podcast? You understand what I'm saying? You should have it to where you can put your own stuff out there and fund it yourself. Man, I'll give it. But again, most of us ain't going to listen to it. But we'll agree. We'll give the mental assent, but we ain't going to sacrifice to do it. We just not. Because we want to be balling. We want the 26-inch rims and all that kind of stuff. You know, my mindset on that kind of stuff, Kareem, I'm like, I'm in my car. I don't even get to see that. Why am I going to pay for something I don't get to look at? Yeah. So when I'm sitting in my house, I just look out the window and admire them rims. But when I'm driving the car, I don't get to look at them.
Yeah.
I ain't doing it for you. I ain't finna do it because you get to look at it. I don't need you to turn your head, bro. If I got a truck, guess what I need it for? To work for me. But I keep stuff nice and clean. I have the people who I got nice stuff, but it's in my. You just gotta know how to do it, man. I was in the car business too, so like for me, it's gonna be hard pressed to get me to buy a brand new car because I just think they're overpriced. I'll let somebody else take that depreciation hit. You drive it for 2 years, put 40,000 miles on it. You pay $80,000 for it. I get it with 40,000 miles, and I'll give them 32. How about that? I'll do that, and I'll work that truck just like you worked it, and I'll make it make money for me. You know, just make it make sense. Most of us don't. And I hate that because it puts us in this unhealthy competition with each other for no damn reason. We should be more unified in this thing. I should be able to support Gilbert Arenas more, but I can't because he tried to make us look like monkeys and fools and donkeys and janitors. You want to make us look like janitors, but those are the same guys that made it possible for you to make the contract you made. Without them guys in the 80s, there is no, what was his nickname? Hibachi?
Yeah.
There is no hibachi without them. So where's the respect? Where's the honor for them guys that put in that hard work so you didn't have to do it as hard and make more money? There at least should be a level of respect.
Thank you. What you just said. You would like to be supportive. Like I said, see, I ain't gonna lie. I watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I watch it. So I'm not gonna say, like I said, I like it, but sometimes I don't like when the disrespect comes. I just don't like the disrespect because it looks crazy.
That's right.
With people saying like, you got these, I know they probably like, come on, man. Like the folks probably looking at him like, come on, this what y'all do? This what y'all do?
Again, man, you don't know how many people, if you had the all things common mentality, how many people you can set free with what these guys are making. But again, with that mentality, the system is set up. They're not going to give you that kind of money. They're not going to put that kind of money in the hands of people that are selfless, that are not selfish. They don't care. They're not vain. And all they care about is helping people get free. They ain't finna do that. No. I want you. I'm giving you this to fully get you invested in this system. I want you in the stock market. I want you doing it, all that. I had a person I was talking with online, and it was a female, and she was talking about how she's so diverse in her portfolio and all that kind of. I said, yeah, that's kind of what they teach you. But what that does is keep you in this round robin of staying invested, because it's like you're so diverse. Well, you don't want to get out. You never want to get out. You want to keep making more. It just, all it does is sucks you in and keeps you in the market. But if you're in the market to make money, make a plan on how much money you want to make. Once you make that, get out the market. It's that simple. Or invest in things that are tangible, things that never go to zero value. You see what I'm saying? Things that I can go buy with my money. I can take these Federal Reserve notes, which really ain't nothing. It's just paper. The toilet paper you use to wipe your butt, the Federal Reserve notes worth about the same amount. I'm telling you right now, y'all. But I'll take that, since it's still used for trades and stuff now. I'll take that and go get something tangible that I can keep and hold myself. And it's that simple. So then when it do go down, now I have this here with me. Well, I don't want to keep all that. Protect it. Go train, go buy guns, go protect your stuff. You put your money in these banks and they giving you like 0.00007%. You ain't making nothing. They got your money, and think what they doing. The banks are taking your money you putting in there, and they're investing your money, making money off of it, and then telling you can't get it out when you want it out, or you got to pay a penalty. I always thought that was crazy. I'm like, so I can put my money in here, let you hold it, but when I want to get it out, there could be some kind of penalty. I find this stuff out now. Like, I go to the bank and I be like, I want to take out $10,000, right? And they look at me crazy. Now, it's funny. If I go to the bank and I got $20,000 cash, guess what, Kareem? Kareem, I'm in and out of the bank in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But when I go to the bank and I say, can I get $7,000 cash? 30 minutes later, I'm still in the bank. Oh, I got to see if I got that money. And I do like this. I pointed the damn safe. You got it. I pointed the vault. You got it. That's what you're talking about. I understand they got to have it in their drawers and all that. You got the money. So guess what I do now? I call them ahead of time. Hey, it's Monday. I'm going to be at the bank on Wednesday. I'm coming in at 9:30. I got 5 minutes. I need to take out $25,000 cash, okay? Yes, sir, Miss Carswell. And then I show up and they got it ready for me. You see what I'm saying? I think that's sad, though. Because when they take my money, it don't take nothing. If I come with a bag, man, them boogers take my money so fast. Take it quick. They take it quick. But to get it out, and I'm like, man, don't put nothing in banks that you can't live. But I don't have nothing invested in these banks. Like if they shut them banks down like they did out in California during the, what's the name? When 2008 to 2000, remember? They shut them banks down. All the people that lived in Northern California came south to get their money. Man, they had them bookers locked out the banks. They were like the FDIC only insure $250,000. That was day one. While they stood outside, never got in the bank. Day two, they told them, we finally got in touch with them. We're going to be able to let you guys in, but you can only get $100,000 of your money. That was day two, y'all. Y'all go look this up. Day two. Nobody got inside the bank, though. On day three, they finally started letting people get into that bank. They told them you can only get $100,000 out of your account, but we're only giving you $50,000 in cash. Are y'all hearing me? They told these people we're going to give you $50,000, but it's going to take away $100,000 from your account. Then when the folks said, I want to close my account. Nope. Nope. Told them they couldn't. Y'all go look it up. You think I'm lying? Happened right there in California. Most of those folks move to North California when they get old,
but their money's still in them banks in the South California. That's exactly what they told them folk back in 2008, 2009. Flat out told them folk had millions in them banks. Them wine folk and them valley people, them tech people, millions in them banks. Wouldn't let them get nothing but $50,000 out. And it cost you $100 to get 50. You think I'm finna trust that? No, bro. No. Man, you keep that kind of money, people come rob you. Come on. See, I understand what real money is. I don't get excited about this. See this right here? That's a $50. I don't get excited, but this is toilet paper to me. This is toilet paper. I get excited when I can take this and turn it into this. Something that I need to do what I got to do. That's mine, tangible. Nobody can come get. I would show you some other stuff, but I don't want to get Kareem video shut down. I turn into tangible stuff that's valuable. This means nothing to me. Most of y'all know. I send this to y'all all the time. Whenever you get a show going, what do? About minimum, I'm sending you as a 50 piece to support, help, show you that I'm united with you. I don't care what you're talking about. I may not agree with none of your takes. I'm still going to support you. Now, I may not listen because you may be talking BS, but I'm going to support you when you get going. That currency don't mean nothing. That's toilet paper. Turn that into something tangible that you can use or someone else can benefit from. That's when it matters. I take that and go buy some blocks with it. It's so I can build something. You see what I'm saying? I go buy mortar. I go buy some drywall. Like my man was saying, most said I do electrical. He said I do drywall. You got to do all that when you own your home. If not, you're going to pay somebody to do it. This house, man, I'm building, bro. I told y'all about this house I'm down here building, right? I'm up to about 3. I'm probably going to have about 300 in it, right? Actual funds that we spend on the house, about 300. It's probably going to be worth about 6 to 7, right? When I'm done. But imagine if I paid somebody to go do that. It's a 7-bedroom, 6-bath, 4,100 square foot home, right? How much y'all think that, even in Georgia, what y'all think that's going to cost me if I hire a contractor to come pay for that? I'm going to be out of probably $700,000. But we come together, share our skills and everything, and then we do it, and then we lose that $400,000 to take care of other folk and build other homes for them. You see what I'm saying? That's not being selfish. That's not being selfish. That's how I'd rather do it. And you know what? Well, the contractor, they'll have my house done in 6 months. I'd rather wait a year. Let us do it and we get it done in a year. I'd rather wait a year. I'd rather wait 2 years to save $400,000 and I can go build 2 more homes. I can buy a home already built if it's ready to rock and roll. You understand what I'm saying? Turn the stuff into tangible stuff, y'all. These dudes, we've been around these dudes a long time, trying to tell them and teach them this. But guess what? They've listened to this. They listen to that. Hey, I only got this much. My first contract. I'm making $1.1 million. I'm really only bringing home about $400,000. I want to buy my mama a house. I want to do. Okay. How about getting a career first? Save all of this. Get you a little apartment. Do what you got to do. When you get the next big money and the big commit, then you start buying it. You don't have to buy your mama a house the first day you get to the league if you ain't making that kind of money. You don't. But guess what they do? They got that $400,000. There's 1.1 out of fees and taxes and agent stuff, all that. They make them home about $400,000, y'all. But they done spent 2.2. They got 2.2 in credit already. Because they go into all these institutions saying, hey, but he's guaranteed to make this going down the road. Till the NFL, you get hurt. What happens then? You understand what I'm saying? Do the same with the NBA guys. You're 17th pick. That's old boy for the Lakers. Hood Safino. He making $3 million, right? 3-point-something million. You don't do that right, they already got that dude in $8 million of debt. 10, 12, $8 million of debt. Mama, wait. She done waited all these years. She can wait. Let me get some real stuff going. Then we can go buy mama house cash. We can go build mama house cash because I ain't got time. If I'm making that money, I ain't got time to go out there and build it then. But we'll do that way. These dudes don't think like that though, bro. You a rookie in the league and you trying to look like guys been in the league 10, 12, 15 years. LeBron got $400 million coming in a month, nigga. Quit trying to live like LeBron. See, Kareem, you know this. This is what the old school dudes would do. The Billy Sims, the Shaqs, I'm naming guys that actually did this, y'all, that I know for a fact did this type of stuff. They knew they were making all the money. Guess what they would do? Tell all the rookies you ain't buying shit. Remember Shaq told the big goofy white dude, he said, you ain't buying nothing. He went out and bought the man a Tahoe. He bought him a truck. He bought the man an apartment. He got him a whole new wardrobe. He said, whenever we go out, because at home, they feed you. People don't know that. You ain't got to buy nothing at home. When you go out, you get a per diem. Shaq said, keep your per diem, pocket that money, and I'm taking care of everything while we're on the road. You need to say, because you're not guaranteed to play in this league 10 years. The dudes are coaching the league now. But that's what the old schools used to do. They used to do that, like take them under their wing. Billy Sims did that with half the damn players on the Detroit football team. We ain't got like that no more, man. We ain't got. But why you think Shaq doing fine financially, though?
Shaq is killing him.
Why you think he doing fine financially? He's a huge giver, and he can buy what he wants.
He's a huge giver.
He's a huge giver. He's a huge giver. But one thing is, he's content. He can go out and buy all this stuff. He don't care nothing about that. The right person come along, he'll give it to him. He'll give it to him. I'm telling you, you have to be wise in your investment. You have to be wise in what you're doing. Don't just get it and give it right back to him. And that's what most of these dudes want to do.
No, nobody saying nothing wrong with him having a podcast. I don't know if you can't.
No. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong.
Nobody saying nothing wrong.
I'm saying that he should be able to do his own thing. With the money he made, it should be on a much bigger level if that's what he wants to do. Because he should be able to fund it. He should be able to fund it. But because he speaks negatively against the people that paved the way for him, the reason they won't elevate him and put him up there, the people don't respect him. The people in the league don't respect his opinion like that.
Yeah.
They don't. Because he shits on guys that actually paved the way for him to have what he got. Now, I don't know what Gilbert got left. I don't know if he's still got a bunch of. I don't know. But most guys that's really rolling in the dough, they're not doing that. I mean, think about it. Even a guy like Matt Barnes. Look at Matt Barnes' sketchy past, sketchy history. Man's all tatted up and all that. They still got him on TV.
Yeah.
They still got him on TV. Matt Barnes don't disrespect the old school.
He don't disrespect. He don't do that.
Don't disrespect them. Matt Barnes keep it a buck. He get on there, say what he got to say, and do it. Even with his family history, all the crazy. They don't care nothing about that. Bro, get up here and represent us in a light manner. We'll give you a position. We'll give you a spot. Oh, there's buck dancing. No, that's you understanding what you're promoting. You can't cut the hand off that's feeding you. You can't do that and expect them to respect you.
But then not only that, like at the end of the day, and this is the number one key to it. Why disrespect somebody? It's okay. You can okay if you want to say this person had a bad game, this or whatever that case is, you can say that. But when it crosses, what you don't have, nobody have to do that. Nobody have to be disrespectful to each other.
Hey,
like we online, if y'all disagree with man Elder saying everything we said today, y'all disagree. Okay, cool. Yeah. I disagree, Elder. Would you say okay, cool?
Yeah.
They don't have to be when you start talking about somebody's family. They don't have to be you looking in the background. Oh, look at your house or look at this. It don't have to get to that.
Kareem, think about this. Remember Russ? People would say, man, you hate Russ, Elder. No, I don't. Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. Russ is a bad fit for how he's playing and the mindset he got right now to be on the Lakers. That's all I kept saying.
You never disrespected him.
Never disrespecting. Who's been praising Russ now? Because Russ fits perfectly with the Clippers. And guess what? If you think I'm lying, go over to my boy Showtime channel. When he come on live again, ask Showtime what I told him the first year Russ got to the Lakers. When everybody was bashing Russ. Everybody laughed, Lakers, sorry, blah, blah, blah. I told him, I said, bro, don't laugh too long. Because what's going to end up happening, the Lakers is going to get rid of Russ. And he'll go to another team. He's going to get bought out, but Russ want to be at home. Your Clippers are going to get him. And you know what? You're going to hate it in the beginning, but you're going to love it in the end. Russ will fit y'all way better than us. Y'all got the type of players. Y'all got the kind of bucket makers, the shooters, because y'all remember, Clippers was like the best shooting team in the league. Russ would eat that up. Penetrate kick to them dudes. Russ going to be great for y'all. And he going to be happy to be at home. You're going to be happy to have Russ. Now, look, I said that. Russ was with the Lakers for a month. But I knew how it was going to play out because I know how the NBA works. He ain't going to stay in LA, not the Lakers, but he going to stay home. He took less money. And it's sad now they trying to get Russ out of there. And he the best, most consistent thing they got just to bring in James Harden. They literally trying to get Russ out of there.
Now he come to the bench and he plays 17 minutes.
Bro, I actually wish, I'm telling you, I
would have never did that.
I'm saying right now, I would love to have Russell Westbrook back on the Lakers now with the mindset he got now. Now we got better shooters and everything now. I'd love to have Russ back now. I take Russ right now, the way he playing, over D'Lo. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Not me.
Telling you I would.
Not me.
I would.
I have no D'Lo.
I would take him over because guess what? Russ's defense is way better than D'Lo's. Way better. And Russ cannot be stopped getting to the basket. Now, he may not hit the threes that D'Lo hit, and he may not have the offensive bag, but Russ still, Lakers don't struggle to score.
Yeah,
I don't need Russ giving me 20, 25 points a game. I don't need that. Russ is consistently getting the Clippers 14 points a game. I'll take that. With the defense he does, stopping them guards from getting into the lane, the way he playing. Now, he didn't do that with the Lakers, though. Keep it a buck. He wasn't playing that kind of defense with the Lakers. And the Lakers tried to make Russ this superstar and put the ball in his hand late in the games. No, see, Clippers ain't doing that. Don't do that. If Russ don't have to have the ball late, let him be the crashing of the board. He going to get 50-50. Man, you see how many games? I saw 3 games. Russ, in each one of them games, he kept that game alive for them. He was getting loose ball. He was getting offensive rebounds late in the game. Just keep him in his role. Darvin saw his role. Russ took a long time to accept it. By the time he did, Lakers already had his mind made up. They was moving him. But the way Russ, if I could get the Russ that's playing for the Clippers right now, I would easily take him over D'Lo. I would easily take him right now over D'Lo. I would.
I want to respond to dude. He said, "Don't act like Gilbert." He said, "I don't like how Gilbert talk about Hakeem, but a lot of older players disrespect." I don't think they disrespect the young. They may have their opinion and may not see it, but they don't disrespect them. They may say the young guys don't play hard. I never see the old guys disrespect the young
guys. It's how they take it. Like the new.
I don't take that disrespect. When he's saying they plumbers. This, that, and the third.
They're janitors.
Like you can't compare the two. You don't hear none of these guys be talk about them guys like
really, Kareem. We said it earlier. What these old guys talk about the most is the disrespect these guys have for the game.
Yeah.
The level of money you make it and the platform you have, you're not honoring it and respecting it by not staying in shape, not fully working on your game. You'll go work on 3-pointers and dribbling. That's it. How about boxing out? How about rebounding? How about becoming a playmaker? All this other stuff that you should be doing to help your team if you're the guy. You see what I'm saying? That's what they talking about. Get better every year with your game instead of being content that you got this $80 million contract. That ain't disrespectful. That's keeping it a buck. But they view it as disrespect. Any criticism, the new age, they grew it as disrespect. So now they feel like they can cross the line and, okay, since you told me that I don't love the game because I'm not in the shape I need to be in, let's talk about your mama and how she got 2 toes and 15 fingers. You see what I'm saying? They go to an extreme and want to just cross the line and get their neck cut off or something. You know what I'm saying?
You can't compare the two. You can't compare the two. But I had to run. We've been on almost 3 hours, which is great, man. It was great, man. I love it. But I appreciate everybody hit them like button. Shout out to everybody who came through, man. Really appreciate you. It was a great show.
Angie, you still under the weather? I saw somebody say, "Get well." And
get well, Angie.
Man, what kind of cold you got?
That's like last week, right?
I need to send. Yeah, I thought you'd be done with that. I need to send you some ACF or something like that.
I need to send some tap out. some of your
She don't need no tap out, man. She don't need no tap out.
She
She don't
needs
need no
tap out. It kills colds too. It's
Oh, I got you. I got you.
It
She
kills
got something.
colds.
She got something greater than the coal if it's still going right now.
Nah, this is like I seen some tap out. DM me, man. I seen some tap out, man. She need that tap out.
Go have Angie tap it out. Oh shit. My man got a hold of that shit, Kareem. Don't send it no more.
It's multi-purpose, man. It works for the men.
I get it. It's all natural.
I get it. Versatile, man. It's versatile. Kill a cold, and it's not like it, man.
Hey, that shit your number one seller, ain't it, Kareem? You putting that shit out there. I ain't mad at you though. Hey, if it works, get it. If you need it, get it. I ain't mad. It's all natural too. I ain't mad. See, she got an upper respiratory infection.
That's tap out. It kills
it. Works for that? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It kills it.
Yeah, send her some tap out, bro.
Yeah. DM me.
She can become the spokeswoman for tap out. Oh boy, the spokesman for tap out. What's his knowledge is? He's the spokesman for it. You can have Angie be the spokeswoman for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. I'm gonna watch this Lakers come on at what, 9:30 tonight?
Yeah, at the run. But yo, thanks everybody. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Peace, Jamal, everybody, Double Tech, Afro, Guy.
Salute, family.
Philip, Angie, I'm just the people, Dennis, Eric Kwan, everybody, Anthony Paris, Double Tech. Everybody who came up today, man. Appreciate
Afro Abe said tap out sound crazy.
It is, bro. hey, go to, I'm gonna give you my
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
Get on that Instagram, get that tap out, man.
I give you
that's what I'm talking about right there. Judah got it. You understand. All right, man. Salute, Kareem. Bless you, my brother.
That's it right there. Laker _Kareem.